This episode is brought to you by Patriot Paint and Construction. They specialize in residential and commercial painting and drywall. If you're looking for any job to be done for exterior, interior painting, let them know that it's the JP Lopez Show sent you. They can be reached at 806-544-7199. Once again, that number is 806-544-7199. And be sure to tell them that it's the JP Lopez Show sent them.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to It's the JP Lopez Show. Got some more local talent for you guys. He goes by the name of Mr. Tanner Nelson. Yay!
Thank you. I just want to start off by saying that, we just saw Luka Doncic get traded for Anthony Davis, and I'll be honest, if you asked me what I think that feels like about 10 years ago, I would have told you that's probably what black people felt like when Obama got elected. I never would have thought I'd see the day that Anthony Davis got traded for a white guy. That is insane. And with a last name whiter than mine. How the fuck does that work? I don't see no H in that bitch. There's... driving over here, there was a fire truck and an ambulance going down the street in front of me, and all of a sudden this motorcycle pulls up behind me and starts doing wheelies and everything behind the ambulance, and I'm like, dude, if you don't stop fucking around, they're gonna have to flip a bitch with that thing. I don't know if 19th is wide enough for a fire truck to flip a bitch. I just got to shoot my first movie with my friend Ismael. You'll know it when you see it because he's the bottom, I'm the top. That was a great time. First thing they said to us when we got on set, number one, don't trip over this cord. You trip over this cord, you're going to bring that speaker down on your head, probably going to kill you. All right, hold up. What? You told me to bring 3 shirts. I should have brought a fucking helmet. All right. And then the second thing they said, number 2, we thank you so much for volunteering. We know that this is a lot of work for no pay. And then all of the actual actors got really pissed. Me and Ismael were like, we've been in this shit. I don't... Can I get gas money? Maybe. That's usually the deal. No per diem. No. No per diem unless you... I was going to say something about Crystalia touching kids, but I lost it. That joke wasn't of age. It wasn't ready yet. No, but it was great shooting that little movie. They asked us to do a football scene. And so they tossed me and Ismael jerseys. And they're like, all right, go and put these on, and you're going to be just throwing a football around, pretending like you're playing a game. I get my jersey on, I'm throwing the football. I turn around, Ismael looks like a 14-year-old girl wearing a training bra. Not that I've seen one of those lately. I just want He's sweating hard as shit. I'm like, they said pretend like we played a football game. And I'm chirping at him, you got bigger tits than the cheerleaders. Nobody knows I know him. They just see some skinny white kid picking on the big brown dude. That was great for me, honestly. But I do have a girlfriend. She's not 14, I swear. Next week. But I'm glad I'm not single anymore, because I'm terrible at talking to women. My friends always give me the same advice. Worst she could say is no. I can think of a lot of things worse than no. She could say ew. She could say fuck no. I'm only 12. That's worse than no, and 14. It's all right, though. My girlfriend's 18 in a couple months. I talked about Crystalia, dude. I am glad I'm not dating, college girls anymore, though. Do you know how hard it is to ask a girl if she wants to fuck when she's done with her homework and not feel like a pedophile? It's really tricky. It's muddy waters, I'll tell you that much. I didn't like being on Tinder, but Tinder's like taking a shot of Fireball, it warms you up a little bit, but you could do better. Especially Tinder in Lubbock. Tinder in Lubbock is like going to a zoo. Like, wow, look at all these wild animals I would never let into my home. Thank God there's this piece of glass between us. I met my girlfriend on Hinge, for classy people. I would make a joke about Bumble, but that would mean I believe in a woman's right to choose, which, no, I do. I do, just not when it isn't me. My views on abortion are very similar to my views on gun rights. I think everyone should have one because I don't give a fuck about those kids. Speaking of which, we just had there was that terrorist attack in New Orleans on New Year's, and, terrible tragedy. A man drove a truck through a crowd of people, and ISIS claimed the attack. And I'm just curious, do you think they would have claimed it if it was a woman driving the truck? Or do you think they'd be like, this is what we've been saying? I'm not sexist, but I am a numbers guy. 1 + 1, bitch. And then Luigi Mangione, the guy who shot that CEO. Well, you could tell me he's a shortstop on the New York Yankees with a name like that, and I'd believe you. My girlfriend and I, though, we were watching Spider-Man, and the cops, they start shooting at Spider-Man, and we were like, what would the police do if superheroes were real? And then they arrested Luigi Mangione, and we're like, there's your fucking answer. I've been watching too many superhero movies, though, because when that dude drove through those people on New Orleans, I forgot the word for pedestrians, and I was like, oh my God, all those civilians. Thank you, guys. My name is Tanner Nelson. You can find me on Instagram, Tanner Nelson Comedy, and YouTube, Tanner Nelson Comedy. Thank you.
Dude, appreciate it, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you. Tanner's going to stay on the panel. It's going to be a fun episode. I usually have some topics and shit, but this time we're just going to fucking wing it, see how it goes. Freestyle that bitch. But now, let's start the show.
This episode is brought to you by KJ Aesthetics. Let KJ Aesthetics transform your eyes with their beautiful lash sets. Whether you're going for the natural flutter or the bold drama look, KJ Aesthetics is the perfect lashes to elevate your beauty. Get the gorgeous lashes that you've always wanted and mention this ad for 15% off. Head over to Instagram at KJ Aesthetics or text her at 806-893-7171 and tell her it's the JP Lopez Show
This
sent you.
episode is brought to you by RL Creations. Are you looking to turn your ideas into wearable art? Or maybe make a t-shirt into a one-of-a-kind, just like your personality? RL Creations is waiting to turn a blank canvas into your custom creations. Hit her up on Facebook at RL Creations or text her at 806-283-3056.
Throwback to my R&B days. Hey, girl. Oh, man, I ran into some good old school R&B, and one of my patients, he's a older black dude, right? And I couldn't figure out who was singing the song, but it was, and I was like, hey, who sings this? And it was songs from like 30 years ago or whatever, R&B. And he was like, I'll tell you in a minute. And he walks around, he comes back, he goes, this is Dina Howard. I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, Freak Like Me?
I don't remember. No, was it a Freak Like Me? Yeah. I can't remember.
And a freak in the morning, freak in the evening.
Yes, that was it.
Just like me.
Do your little R&B voice again.
Hey, girl. It sounded like Color Me Bad.
He sounded like that retarded guy from, what was his name? Boyz II Men. Hey, girl. I know you were taking a shower.
You sound like you could be doing the audiobooks that those girls be masturbating to on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I didn't know that girls masturbate to books, bro.
Dude, have you not heard about these fucking books girls be reading on TikTok?
So my wife,
She nodded.
my wife,
She nodded.
straight up has some books that she's read a couple of lines from the book, and I was like, that's fucking filth. Like, us as guys, our locker room talk ain't as bad as that fucking filth that they're fucking reading.
I know.
So much worse than Grab Her by the Pussy. It is so much.
It was a Christmas book, and it was like putting a candy cane up her shit.
50 Shades of Slave.
And I was like, never in my locker room talk have I said, oh, we'll shove a candy cane up her puss.
And then you pull it out, you go,
You don't even have to brush your teeth.
So, Tanner, are you in your 30s?
No, sir, I'm
Still in your
25.
20s? All right, so back in the day, man, there was a Mexican club called Club Rio here in Lubbock. Mm-hmm. And we used to sneak in well, not sneak in, because they just let us in. They didn't give a fuck. We would go in at the age of 16, bro. We were in that bitch. And I saw a chick dancing with a dude. He put a fucking lollipop in her, like out of his mouth. Like she pulled it out of his mouth, put it in her shit, and then put it back in his mouth. And it was right directly in my line of sight, like right in front of me. And I was just like, that was the coolest shit I ever seen in my whole life.
Hey, but imagine if you saw him like pick a hair off it first and then put it back in his mouth.
Well, back then it was hair.
Yeah, it was
This was
hair.
like 96.
Yeah, this guy 80 bushes back
This
then.
was the golden Jordan era years. So yeah, that was all kinds of shit at Bush.
I think Michael Jordan was the only one bald.
That's probably my dad.
That's probably my dad.
I don't know. How old's Jada Pinkett?
I talked about her earlier today too, and they're like, Jada Pinkett. I said, yeah, the worst woman that's ever lived on Earth, and she was like, really? She had no idea why she was the worst woman that's ever lived on Earth.
She made our superhero fucking gay, right?
My favorite superhero, Hancock.
Hand job.
Yeah, you're saying Hancock wasn't gay already?
That's my favorite part of the movie when he comes back at the end and Mike Epps is the homeless guy and he drops from the sky and Mike Epps is like, hand job.
But I was like, Will Smith was in that.
Fucking, I asked Rattlesnake Roy if he could fight anyone in the fucking world. He said I'd fight Will Smith.
Will Smith. I'll pick Chris Rock.
I don't know. He could take a hit.
He's very slappable though.
Oh, little bitch.
I'll probably take on them Shriner kids.
Kids, dude, you just want their workout routine. You're jealous of their bodies. Those sick kids.
He told me something that like legit was like fucking light bulb lit in my head. Cause I have been seeing those commercials for like 5 or 6 years. And them kids haven't fucking aged.
They haven't eaten either.
I just want to
They
eat the
haven't gotten
bread.
better.
So are those commercials old? Have they died? Or do they got...
Man, I don't know, bro, but they always got new clothes on.
They got new clothes on.
They got that 2016 wheelchair.
They got that Magic Johnson doctor.
This asshole did an open mic talking shit that he hates the Shriners
Oh
kids.
God damn it! This guy.
And everyone was on board. That was the fucked up part.
They're like, yeah.
No, he's got a point.
Finally, someone said it.
It wasn't supposed to be a soapbox, but
Like I said, I don't hate them, bro. I
Any
just
charity
dislike 'em.
organization that has like 3 CEOs is not worth donating to.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
So, if we speak like current events, this episode is not coming out until next week, so it might be old, but I don't. I'm
There'll
just
still
giving,
be
I'm just
Shriners
giving
kids.
y'all heads up. Like,
there'll still be
Moving on
Shriners
to the
kids.
next.
We'll still hate them.
so you brought it up, and I want to touch base on it.
Yeah.
How fucked up was that trade, man?
Dude, I don't even really
it
fuck with
makes
basketball
no
like that.
sense. None.
I don't fuck with basketball like that, but I do know that 2K doesn't even let you make that trade. That's what's really fucked up.
Yeah.
I really believe he probably had a hatred back and forth with the GM.
Maybe, but I mean, people have been saying he's like 270. And I don't know if they want to really pay a dude 350
fucking
mil for
years has he
270.
been out of shape and
No,
still
for sure.
taking us deep in the playoffs?
For sure.
Yeah.
But he's always injured.
I'm also a Lakers fan, so maybe I'm just like trying to talk hell off the edge right now.
He's deflecting now. They're blaming the injury on being out of shape, and he stays out of shape. So this is what I've been reading too, because I just watch as a fan. And I do like Luka or whatever, and so when I found out, I was shocked. Good thing I was drunk and preoccupied, because I probably would have dwelled on it a little bit more. But
because it was late in the evening.
I know. Yeah, it was late.
We were
right.
lit.
It was right after the basketball
We were
games.
lit as fuck.
God damn, that tequila came out, and
And I don't even drink tequila.
Man, dude, that bottle had like this much in there. But yeah, dude.
Shout out your Tio Waldo.
Tío Baldo. Hey, voy a traer tequila. ¿Vas a tomarlo conmigo? Yeah, of course. He doesn't talk any English at all.
Me neither.
I thought that was Chinese. Bro.
Yeah, ching chong. He didn't bring no sake out. Or that Japanese.
This week I'm
That's
gonna
Japanese.
this week I'm gonna remember to start the show, guys.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, here we go.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get it on!
It's the JP Lopez Show.
Oh, what's up? Thank you for tuning back into It's the JP Lopez Show. We got a first timer here.
Popping cherries.
Yeah, popping cherries like a motherfucker, man. I have heard a rumor about you already, though. Let's confirm and
right.
see if it's true.
All right.
You did perform a stand-up comedy at a orgy or at a swingers fest.
Swingers, yeah.
How'd that go? Was your concentration fucked off?
Dude. I don't know if you know anything about the people in Big Spring. Those are not people you want to watch have sex. All right, so I was kind of dialed into my craft, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's what I wanted.
Very easy not to be distracted.
That's what I wanted to say too. Is like we of course we're not in that lifestyle, but outside looking in, you always think like the hottest people, and in reality, it's not even the cutest,
Dude,
prettiest
it's weird. Like,
motherfuckers.
it's people who I don't even know how they get one pussy, you know? Like, and now they're out here trying to get everyone else's. That doesn't make sense to me. I will say the one thing is, like, I've never been nervous on stage since.
Yeah.
Like, I did comedy in front of people having sex. Like,
So it worked out for you.
yeah, I mean,
So they were naked. They were having sex.
full on.
Whatever.
I will say a lot of them were like, I don't even want to give them credit for this, but they were like wearing dresses and shit so they could like fuck while like clothed. But like you could tell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So the men were wearing dresses. No,
Yeah.
I'm bullshitting.
Most of them. And so this was in Big Spring, you said?
Yeah, Big Spring.
Yeah. So you haven't done the any clubs here? The
Idaloo one?
The Idaloo.
No. I think I know I'm not too far in my career, but I think I'm at least a little past swingers events now.
Was the money up front, or did you have to wait till they stopped fucking for your money?
It was a backdoor exchange.
It was all in ones.
They were all wet.
They put him in his underwear.
Oh man.
Did you get to like walk around, or you had to stay?
No, we got to do whatever. I mean,
No, while like
Like-
you're doing your set.
oh, while I'm doing my set, I mean, yeah, I kind of walk around a little
Yeah.
bit. I'm not like fucking Casey Rocket back and forth all over stage.
Yeah.
I find a spot and kind of settle.
See, because I was listening to a podcast that had Stavros, and he said like, and he was up and coming. Someone like, hey, can you make it tonight? You know, we'll put you on. And he said that he took it serious, got like 3 or 4 buddies with him, and they all went to go do the show. It was just a fucking sports bar. And they were all watching the Ravens game. Like, no one gave a fuck about what they were doing. And he had to, like, walk around just doing comedy, and, like, everyone could give a fuck about what he's talking about. They're watching the game.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
go to each table like a mariachi.
Yeah, because it was, like, not a stage, nothing. Like, he just gave them
Yeah.
a mic, and they're like, here you go.
Yeah, no, so at this, okay, I get what you, yeah, no, at this event, it was open floor, everything. I could walk around, a couple of comedians, like, kind of did, like, joke around, like, what you doing over here? Like, get over their shoulder type shit. I don't want to, like, say who was all on that show just because it was, like, a private event, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that is, like, a, like, weird taboo thing, you know, for, like, some people with careers that are at risk. Mine's not. Fuck it.
But the news people are, right?
What's that?
I said, but the news people.
Yeah.
So I had a sponsor on the show, DJ Kipo, and he did a swing. He
Swinger
fucking DJ the swingers
That's
event.
dope.
That's nice.
Honestly, is he like a Big Spring guy or
No, he was in town.
Because I like the DJ at that show for the swinger event. He's been a DJ at multiple shows that I've done.
Oh, shit.
In like Big Spring, Midland, Odessa,
Wow.
all down there. Yeah. So I think it's probably just like
I think Kipo's hitting the wrong demographic.
No shit. You gotta change it up, son.
Buddy's
Hey,
funny.
he don't just do bar mitzvahs.
Hey, so I got a question.
sounds like he does baptisms too.
Yeah.
What did it smell like?
I'm honestly, I can't think of anything funny to say, so I'm just gonna say I'm glad I can't remember. That's it. I'm glad I can't remember. what
It
smelled
smelled like your pinky from a shocker.
I was probably too high to tell.
I mean, you got to be honest with yourself. Like, even the cleanest people, you smell sex in the air.
Yeah.
And I would imagine not everyone's cleaning that motherfucker.
Oh, no. God.
Like, I've heard like through TikTok, a bunch of people and girls on TikTok saying like women's prison, they stink to high shit.
Really?
Yeah. Like, it is so fucking disgusting the way it smells in a women's prison.
Just women in general, no.
Yeah.
Why keep going with prison? Why keep going with prison?
So, you really have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
So I take it she's cool as fuck, huh?
No, my girlfriend's great.
Yeah, because
Yep.
them jokes, most women would be like, this motherfucker.
So what's funny is the weekend that so I went to that swinger show on a Saturday. I met her for the first time, I think, a night or two before.
Oh, wow.
And so, like, she, like, just met, and she already knows I'm a comedian, just because that's what my socials are. And told her I had a show, and she's like, oh, where at? I said, oh, down in Big Spring, and private event, you know, and I didn't tell her until I was on the way back. Yeah, so it was for a swingers event.
Oh.
9 months later, we're good.
Yeah, we're still here.
We're still here. I thought you were going to say you met her at the casting couch at the swingers event.
No.
Real cool lady, man. Fucking cool lady.
She's way too pretty to be from Big Spring.
Fuck, man. Real cool fucking personality. What's up, Biz?
What's up? What's up?
Oh, shit. I thought you were over there.
I know. That is my twin brother.
So, were you doing push-ups and shit for this, that football?
No, he was wearing a push-up bra.
Because my dude over here said that you were taking it serious. Like, were you running fucking Oklahoma drills?
Nah, man. Unfortunately,
You would think.
Just putting on the damn jersey made me sweat like that. Because I had to take it off. What, how many times? Like 6 times I had to take it off. Put it on, take it off, put it on.
He asked him, he said, you know, I'm a bigger guy. And they're like, oh, that's okay. We have XL.
XL.
I wear 4XL.
That shit 7th grade.
They gave you that Temu jersey.
Bro didn't need shoulder pads.
You remember those jerseys that we wore in PE? Those
The pennies.
Oh, yeah.
that just to like different color type shit.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. They fucking gave them.
God damn.
Just those legit, like,
They
nasty.
did you wrong, right?
That didn't wash for like 10 fucking years.
Those nasty practice jerseys.
All of your brothers wore that same fucking in elementary. It had all of y'all sweating that same fucking jersey.
Oh, shit.
Fuck yeah, man.
I don't know how that's going to be a serious movie, though.
It can't be, dude. They have so many close-ups of me trying not to lose my shit laughing.
So when does that movie come out?
No clue. I don't know where to find it, to be honest. I'll shout him out, JP. I want to shout him out because it was really cool to do, honestly. Like, I'm clowning about it right now, but it was honestly really cool. I want to shout it out. His name is JP... Something else. JP something else. And another JP. And it's called The Crowd.
Yeah.
He said it's a short film. I don't know if we were just one scene of it or if our
That was it?
thing is the whole
movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
The dumbest yard.
Thank God they didn't ask us to read. It's just like, I hope they don't give me a script.
I love football.
You teach me to football.
But they had radio and iPod there. Both radio and iPod were celebrities there.
They're gonna dump that shit. I don't know if Tanner told you he got hit in the face with a football.
Oh, shit, you're throwing the football. They tell us just stand in like a circle and toss the football around. I toss it to a dude, And then I like look away and my hair shakes right in front of my eye. I didn't know he was gonna throw it right back at me when I'm not looking. Square in the head, bounces off my head, hits a short girl in the head.
They were like, "That's great content. Do that again."
Great shot, everyone. Next scene.
Next scene.
They didn't. Yeah, he didn't see it. I swear to God, there are gonna be 3 shots in there of me just cracking up laughing because we had to sit there and like not move and just look at each other all serious. And this other friend of his just starts making faces at me, and it's the funniest. I can't stop laughing because I'm trying to be serious, and then just someone fucking with me, it just.
Then you're gonna see me in that tight ass shirt when he gets hit in the face and his hair's in his face and he moves it out the way. You're gonna see me looking at him like.
I've never seen.
It started to sound like this is like 7th grade football.
I've never seen someone's nipples poke through a jersey before.
You ain't lived.
They cut to Ishmael. And he's all requesting a song from radio. Hey man, play Summertime Blues, man.
Summertime Blues.
Ish, you want to share your fucking Temu story for your timeshare fucking?
You buy a timeshare on Temu?
Our audition that we went to. You know,
yeah.
it was a timeshare.
Dude, that shit was so stupid.
They worked me up good. I don't know how they did you, bro, but so they did me. They were like,
Thank God our girlfriends are smarter.
yeah, she's like, get some headshots. So I get with my boy, get some headshots, and it looks good. You know, I take them up there, and it's supposed to be an audition. They gave us just a little cutout piece of paper with a couple of lines that I was scared because I can't read.
It was laminated.
Oh, Mayweather over here. What did the teleprompter say?
How many lambs this bitch got? Mary had a little lamb. How many lambs this bitch got?
Iz is in the corner fucking drooling trying to read this. They had this 3-year-old say, "Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids." He said, "How do I get that script?"
I was mad. I was like,
"You can't read kids."
I was like, why did they get the easy script?
Chrysanthemums. She got cat.
No, for real, because they had already, so on the little paper, they had 3 different ones you could pick,
He had
right?
to ask me in 3. I thought he was going to say it. There were 3 different words. I didn't know because I had to read them for him.
Hey, sound them out, sound them out.
I shit you not, I had to read a word for him. I've never been such a proud father in my life.
It's all right, Ish. Quinoa fucks me up too.
No, man, this shit sucked, man. But like, they hyped it all up. They're like, yeah, y'all gonna do an audition for us, and it was really just us reading whatever in front of this lady, and she was just like so disinterested in me and shit. Just like, whatever.
I was like 10th in line. Is first talking to her, and she's having a full conversation with me. I'm 10th in line. What the fuck?
It's like we were on a date. She saw Tanner. She's like, shut the fuck up. You over there.
She put her cup upside down. She's like, next.
But then like they had us sit there, and then we had to watch a stupid ass little film or whatever, and then they would take us outside to the cellar, like the timeshare. So it was a lady from Dallas that I guess was like the big shot. And you go out there, and that's where the sales pitch starts. So I go out there, I didn't even bullshit, and like she's sitting there, bro. I didn't even tell you. She's talking to me. She's like, "So why do you want to be an actor?" And I was like, "I just want to check it out, try it out, whatever." She goes, "Oh," she goes, "Well, you got a lot of potential." She didn't even see me. She's like, "You got a lot of potential. They're always looking for people like Fluffy's about to retire."
God damn.
I wasn't there for the whole conversation. I was there for about half of the conversation. I didn't hear that. That's fucking funny.
Like, we need another Chris Farley.
Write that down.
She was talking about all the fat motherfuckers. You ever seen the Kool-Aid commercials?
You have a lot of potential. Just don't lose weight.
You can be fluffy.
And if you're diabetic, we'll help. We'll help with that.
But yeah, it was basically they just started trying to sell you like their services.
You had to
know?
buy your way into that. Like, get the fuck out
Yeah,
of here.
it was like a $400 deposit and then $2,500
So to
payment.
become an actor, you have to do a timeshare.
Like, it was an acting school, basically,
Uh,
right?
yeah, that's
they were
essentially
selling you
what
on
it
acting
was.
school.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
And like, so the way I kind of saw it was like, if you're already like working in like, if I was like trying to be an actor for the last like 3-4 years, or
Yeah.
whatever, and I'm like, hey, I just need like one little thing to kind of help, you know, I think it could be worth
Yeah.
it because the way they set it up is like they do classes and then it's like all these different agents. You know, maybe I just fell for the fucking bullshit, but like
they do that to little kids, bro.
They do that in
They-
travel
yeah.
ball.
yeah, my little sister had a friend that did the same shit.
Yeah, it's a money grab.
When they were kids.
Like, they're like, oh, she has so much potential. Pay $500 to put her into this modeling school.
Yeah.
And she's going to go somewhere.
But
But she don't go nowhere.
They said they have legit agents that come out. So I think if you're like already like, hey, I know I can act, I'm just gonna go show them.
Yeah.
If you see that as an audition and not as a kind of school
Yeah.
type thing, I guess it could be worth it.
Who was the Nickelodeon kid that made it through comedy?
Nickelodeon kid.
Was it Amanda Bynes?
Oh, she hadn't made it out nowhere.
Yeah, like I think it was Amanda Bynes. She was like 8 years old doing open mics, doing comedy, bro.
What?
And Nickelodeon or Disney, one of the two, found her but she was doing open mics at 8 years old. Her dad was taking her to open mics.
Yeah,
That's a
but
terrible father.
Yeah, no shit. But I mean, yeah,
we're a little too old to get molested.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, he's still young. He can play the
My tits are still perky.
you can't rape the willing over there.
But see, what sucks though, bro, is like it does sound like a gimmick and a scam. But we all, our wives, well, my wife, his girl, looked it up, and they're legit. It's just like, man, some of the shit you can kind of probably do on your own, bro.
For two dudes who have never done acting before to just all of a sudden drop $3,000, it wasn't worth it.
Yeah, fuck that.
But like I said, if like in 4 whatever years I'm trying to act or whatever, and I just need that one person to notice me. It's a place to get noticed. It seems like if you already know what you're doing.
That's just crazy. It's all everything's a fucking money grab.
Because they showed us like actual testimonials of like Disney actors saying like, no, yeah, I went to Expo and that's why I'm on Disney. So but who's to say like they didn't say, yeah, but I was acting for 8 years before that. You know what I mean?
I knew Weinstein. That's why I'm on Disney.
And if y'all end up on Disney, y'all just
I have cute toes. I could get on Nickelodeon.
the creepy uncles.
You're gonna see Ish on fucking Disney. Like, what the fuck?
What the
I won't end up on Disney. I'll end up on these knees.
He's all like this. And she said to go to.
Is it be the only actor to have to carry his script on set?
He saw my audition and shit. That's basically all I did.
Red.
She was really sweet. Sound it out.
I remember, you know what? Look, I would admit though, I fucking memorized what I wrote, bro, or what I had.
Yeah.
Because there was three. You could tell, like, I don't think they were like for specific ages, but ours was like for teens and adults.
Yeah.
And so one of them was like dog food or something.
Yeah, there's a dog food one.
commercial, and then
There was some makeup.
there was a
ones.
makeup one, and then there was one that you could tell was for teens because it was about Kool-Aid. That's the one that I read.
Oh shit.
So I remember it was something like, me and my mom were at the store and we had Kool-Aid in our basket, and a friend of mine came by and was like, Kool-Aid, and I was like, yeah, like Kool-Aid is
And you
good.
wonder why she didn't give you the time of day.
That's the only one I could read, bro.
I mean, those had easier words in there, man.
Kool-Aid.
What made me laugh was the way Iz said Kool-Aid. He's all, yeah, Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
In his R&B voice, like he was about to fuck it.
Yeah, me and Kool-Aid. Yeah. Like he grew up on Auburn Street.
I grew up in East Lubbock,
I was gonna say, he forgot he doesn't live on you anymore.
So I don't know if y'all know this, but me and Ish are trying to work on a new deal with Tubi Vision. They're going to the Mexican side, but this fucker don't know Spanish yet. So we pitched him a show called Dos Vatos Un Puta, but that's under negotiations. Not with the actual production company, with his wife, because he's negotiating with his wife. He can record with the puta.
I'm gonna be playing the puta.
He's gonna rename it to 2 cups and 1 puta.
Dos hombres, un vaso. Dos hombres, un vaso.
Hey, but look, I know some Spanish. You ready for this? I'm about to blow y'all mind.
Coming on Tubimundo.
Tell me.
Este sábado a Telemundo, Ismael Mosqueda.
I thought your big ass was about to tell me what you get at Taco Bell.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Dame un number 4. Con fire sauce.
Good fire sauce. Hey, one time I was down in South Texas, and I went to a bartender and I started ordering my drinks in English, right? Said I need 2 Coors Lights and I need a Coke, and you can get a mixer, right? And she looked at me, and I looked at the other girl, and they both looked at me, and they were like,
Water.
I said, "Ustedes no hablan inglés, ¿verdad?" And they were like, "No, puro español." And I was like, "Okay." And so I told them in Spanish. I said, "I'm sorry. I thought it was just common to speak English. I'm not from here, but I know how to speak Spanish. So all right, no harm, no foul." So everywhere that I went in South Texas, anybody that I talked to, I just talked to them in Spanish. All right. So now we go to South Padre, right? From McAllen, we go to South Padre, and so I go in. We were on the beach, and I was like, I'm gonna use the restroom. When I was walking out, there was a little restaurant bar or whatever, so they had margaritas on sale. And then I was like, shit, I'm gonna get me a hamburger. I'm pretty hungry. So I went up to the chick, and I was like, yo quiero 2 margaritas y un hamburguesa con mayonnaise, no mustard. And she looks at me. She looks at me. She goes, "You know how to speak English, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, thank God." She goes, "I don't know how to speak Spanish." But once I said mayonnaise and mustard, she was like, that ain't a Spanish accent.
No mustard.
No
Mustard.
But I just don't like saying mayonesa. I'll say mayonnaise, right? Mostaza, mustard. And so as soon as I said that, she was all fucking instant relieved. She was like, "I don't know how to speak Spanish." I was like, "What do you mean you don't know how to speak Spanish?" I said, "You live by the border." And she was like, "Yeah, I don't know how to speak Spanish."
Yeah, on this side.
I was like, "Man, I was going across like 7-Eleven. You're still speaking Spanish. Everywhere you went, and it was just a common language that you knew for sure everybody was going to speak."
But our Spanish is like it's fucked off, to be honest with you. Really? Like it'll do in Mexico, but you go to like Miami where it's like Latino Central. You've got fucking Peruvians, you've got fucking Colombians, and
whole bunch of
and you
different
try to
languages there.
speak Spanish to them, they're like, "I don't know what the fuck you're trying to tell me." Like, yeah. I mean, we've been so Tex-Mex that it's kind of shit when
Whole
you
bunch
go
of different
to Florida.
dialects.
Yeah,
Dude.
But I wanted to ask you, man, like, I just like we're gonna wing it, but I had some topics that I've been banking, but. For y'all two specifically, being comedians, either one of y'all, do y'all have an embarrassing story, like involving comedy at all?
Yeah, I don't think I really have anything like embarrassing, like.
Yeah.
I mean, the only Sweat.
Even if it's not comedy.
Yeah, no. So like, the first time I met Sweat, he roasted the fuck out of me. We were at Cafe J, and I was still kind of new to it. I did a set, and he comes off stage and he goes, "I can tell you're new. Fuck them jokes." God. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Was that an asshole thing, or he was just bullshitting?
I don't know. I couldn't tell. But I mean, I've talked to him since, and he likes my jokes now. I think.
Do you? Because you always hear like the older comedians, not so much now, but like the older comedians have like horror stories of comedians like treating them badly when they were up and
Yeah.
coming. Is that happening or not?
I don't think so. I mean, like even that thing with Sweat, I don't think he was really being a dick to me, you know.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I don't think there's really that. I think some people can take it that way.
Yeah.
You know, like business decisions get made, and sometimes people get left out of things, and some people take it as, you know,
Yeah.
whatever they want to take it as.
Yeah.
They're honestly like, not to be offensive to all my fellow comedians and myself, but like none of us are at that fucking level to
Yeah.
be talking shit to anybody.
No
you know,
one's-
like
You got any embarrassing stories?
from comedy, just like not really embarrassing, but bombing fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But like the first time it happened, I wanted to fucking jump off stage.
Yeah.
You know, you got to stick it out. But what's worse is when you think you got some good shit. It's just funny.
Yeah.
And you get up there and fucking nobody laughs and you're just like, okay.
First time doing new shit is like exciting but terrifying.
So my son went to see Sam Morril in San Antonio.
Nice.
And he said that his whole stand up was trying new shit.
Some people are good
And
like
I
that.
want to see something like
So,
that cuz I've every comedy show that I've been to was like
Yeah.
like I want to see that shit.
So I'll say with stuff like that is like Sam Morril, he's a guy who he doesn't go to open mics.
Yeah.
His open mics are, hey, people paid $30 for this show. Well, they didn't pay $50, so they're where I'm gonna work stuff out type
Yeah,
of thing.
and
You know
he
what I mean?
told
Like,
me that he
not
was
to
like-
put
like-
value on what you know what I mean. I'm not saying Sam Morril's like that, but no, like that's just how it is. Like those guys who go and tour and do arenas, theaters, whatever, they don't really do the open mics like that. So those
Yeah.
are their practices.
That's
you
where they
know?
go.
I would
Yeah.
love to see a show like that.
Like, I
to
bet
just
you-
have him reading shit and then like, oh, that didn't work.
I don't know
Yeah.
if they'd all be like that, but I bet you, like when Burt Kreischer was here in Lubbock, I bet you a lot, like maybe not all of it, but some of it, I bet you was
I saw
some
him.
new stuff.
Here in Lubbock,
Was he good?
and he was awesome.
Yeah.
But that show was like
It was a good
it was
polished
a,
show.
it was a polished show.
Then, yeah, maybe-
Like, I don't think
maybe
he worked on anything.
Oh, okay.
to be honest
then
with
yeah,
you,
Burt,
yeah.
Burt might be different.
But also when he came to Lubbock, what is the Buddy Holly like? 7,000, 8,000 seats.
No, I don't think
Is
it's
it
that
even-
big. I think it's like 35.
So 4,000 seats.
I'm not sure.
I don't think a 4,000 seat would be something that you want to polish and
No,
work
and
new
then
shit.
and then
Yeah.
it already has a reputation. The Buddy Holly Center does because they say that it has the best acoustics in the entire world.
Really?
So when you hear that as a talent coming
Yeah.
over here, you're like, oh, I better not be fucking around.
Literally,
over here.
yeah, literally the one thing I say about like my least favorite venues, like literally usually the only complaint I have is just the acoustics.
Yeah.
Like I tried to record myself, I doesn't sound good. You know, like that could be a phone thing, but also you
yeah.
could just tell, like even in the recording,
Yeah.
sound doesn't sound great in there.
Yeah.
My wife just Googled it. She said it's 250. It has to be more. Oh, my bad.
2,300.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
I thought it was more than that.
looks huge,
yeah, it looks more.
I've
bigger
never
than
actually
that.
been inside.
Yeah,
or
because
seen
when
it.
we saw Bruno Mars in Vegas, they were in an auditorium that looked like that, but it was massive and it capped out at 8,000.
Damn.
So that's why it was assuming that the Buddy Holly Center was,
A little smaller.
yeah.
that shit's nice though, man.
Sure, it's a real nice auditorium.
It blows my mind to the beast that he is, you know, fucking Bruno Mars, and then just to have a shitty life that he has, like paying back the MGM what 40 fucking million,
Yeah, 50.
making a song with that fucking what's her name, Sexy Red, talking about her fucking asshole, like. I'm like, bro, how fucking strapped for cash are
Yeah,
you,
he's just
man?
he's just trying to make cash now. He spent way more than he had in his back pocket.
Yeah, well, I don't even remember the number, but it was a big number that he fucking racked up on his debt for gambling, and he didn't have it with the MGM, and it was something like 30 mil or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
Tell me
don't.
Bruno Mars doesn't have 30 mil?
No.
He that was what he racked up on gambling at a casino.
And then
Damn.
when
he
it was
couldn't
time
pay
to
it.
collect, he couldn't pay it. So now that's why he's got a residency there. That he's working off his debt.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Yeah.
crazy, right?
The
That's funny.
But
They said like all his money goes toward like fucking blow, like all of it.
all of it, and I could see it.
Yeah.
He did have the best concert I ever seen in my entire life, and
I bet.
I've seen
He was on a lot of coke.
people. Yeah, I've seen I've seen tons of people, but Bruno Mars, and I don't listen to Bruno Mars in my truck. I'm not singing Bruno Mars songs and shit, right?
You don't?
Crying to the moon or what the fuck?
Shit, I couldn't tell you. But the concert was fucking badass, phenomenal. So if you can go see Bruno Mars, I highly recommend it.
Shit, I mean, what's up, man? We
This asshole saw him for like $60, right?
Yeah, dude. When we first started looking at tickets, because we knew we were gonna go to Vegas, $300, right? $300, $290, and this is like 3 or 4 months out. By the time I woke up, before I caught my flight, they were around $120. They're like, hey,
Damn.
do we pull the trigger? I said, I don't know. So we flew to Las Vegas, landed, got to our hotel, and they're like, hey, we're gonna go see Bruno Mars. And we looked, and it was $65 a ticket. It was in the upper
That's
balcony, but like front row. And so, which ended up being the great seat because you could see all the choreographed, and then they had the fireworks and all this shit. It was badass, and I was like, God damn, I was gonna pull the trigger at 200, but I just kept on holding off, and we got him for 65. So
Hell no, me and my girl, the best concert. I haven't really been to a lot, but now that they got that, I'm able to go to something. So I don't know if y'all know, Boyz II Men came a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they were with the orchestra. And
Yes.
so that was basically the third concert I've ever been to. But man, it was kind of a similar situation. My wife, she bought she got the tickets like a couple of months in advance. And we were like fourth row, bro, to the stage in the or whatever they call that.
yeah.
And so we got those tickets, and when we show up, like you said, the tickets are jacked up high. I think we spent like $300 for the two.
Each?
Though. No, for the two.
Oh, okay.
And so then they were like $300 each then. But we're right there front stage.
Yeah, yeah.
Man.
That's
So I was badass, bro. I was like, Boyz II Men.
You make a joke, right? But their catalog is huge, man. I bet they put on a fucking badass show.
Oh, it was amazing,
Yeah.
bro. It was amazing. It's my favorite group.
And he was like, I'll make love to you like you want me to.
They were all giving out roses and shit. I'm like, give me a rose.
like any money after in his mouth.
Ishmael looked to his wife. He's like, he's singing to me.
All pushing her out the way. Go away.
He's all on the flower under his tit.
So back when 112 first came out, I think they were did that song with about Biggie Smalls that I'll be missing you, whatever. So everybody was all 112, right? And I think they had a video. So they came to the Fair Park Coliseum. And what was that, like 99 when that song came out or somewhere around
Like
90?
98, 99.
Yeah. So I went. I was front row, right, and I went with some chick that my cousin tried to hook me up with, and everywhere on the floor it was nothing but chicks. I'm the only dude down there, right? Front row, like I'm not exaggerating. I'm against the barricade, and one of those motherfuckers came directly in front of me, dropped his pants, showed me his dick, did this whole motherfucking shit while I was singing. And I'm like, I'm the only fucking dude down here. And you decide to pull your dick out in front of me. Dude, I fucking just looked at him like, this motherfucker. And I fucking turned around and I just walked straight out the fucking
I know
arena.
you're gonna say you touched it. I was already putting a finger out.
You know what would have been great is if you just punched him in the nuts.
Well, there was like a barricade in between, so it was probably like 7 feet or whatever. But he was just right in front of me, and I was like, "This motherfucker!" And I never listened to 112 ever again.
There was like, it was on TikTok I saw, and this was not too long ago. It was like sometime last year. But like Usher had brought a chick on stage, and she went with her boyfriend, and he basically fucked her on stage. And the boyfriend just had to fucking stand there and watch Usher have his way. And it's not like he could rush the stage and fight the motherfucker. There's no way in hell I'm going home I'm going home
you
in a
turn-
relationship.
No,
bro.
you walk, you
There's
turn around
no
and
way.
you just walk
Yeah.
out the arena.
I leave that fucking concert single, bro. Like, yeah.
You find your own ride.
Because
Sounds like she did.
Like later on the week, when you fucking have sexy time with her, she's in her mind. That's Usher fucking her. Like in my mind, that's how I think. I'm like, fuck that, man. I'm out.
That's weird.
And that was
like,
Bruno
maybe.
Mars.
Like maybe next time it will be Usher. He got herpes.
He does got herpes. Yeah, he's been to a Diddy party. He got herpes.
I
Supposedly
bet his
Diddy blew
pecker,
his ass out.
his pecker doesn't have herpes. His booty.
Ew. I don't want to think about that. So let me ask you another question, man. You're young. Comedy. I don't know if it's. I'm not sure. I'm thinking that you're putting a lot of effort in your comedy, right?
Yeah.
What's your life goal, bro?
That's what I want to do, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I don't know. I was
And you're
even
born and raised Lubbock?
No. I'm from California.
Okay.
Yeah, I was born and raised California. Moved here for tech, and then my whole family ended up moving out here, so I stayed.
Please tell me you graduated or you're still
Yeah.
at tech.
No, yeah, I graduated.
Okay, fuck yeah.
Yeah. No, I got
Yeah,
my
awesome.
degree. Yep.
We're ranked number 13 today, boys.
Yeah. Ball game
saw
tomorrow.
Yep.
gonna
Baylor.
go? You
We
gonna
better
go?
not shit the bed tomorrow, man.
Not tomorrow. No, probably not.
We better not shit the bed tomorrow.
I know.
Yeah. And if you're listening and you found out that we shit the bed,
Don't tell us.
Can't shit the bed against
We're not gonna
Baylor.
answer the phone. Don't call us.
Can't shit the bed against Baylor after that game.
I don't
against
get
Houston.
these
So good.
referees, man. These Big 12 referees
So
are
bad.
fucking
Jeez.
horrible.
So bad.
Like not only football but basketball. Fuck, man.
God, they're bad in football. They're worse in basketball, man. They have to be the worst referees in all of college basketball. Like you got the Horizon Sun and Mountain West bullshit little referees, and those motherfuckers are doing a better job.
Worst referees in the conference that has year after year the best overall talent.
Yes.
I don't understand how you eject someone from a video 4 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
And like, I don't get like from a fucking video. And you eject him 4 minutes into the game. Like, fuck.
He had not shown any aggression towards another player, and you clearly saw that was just an accident, that he was just trying to pass the ball. Homeboy happened to be crowding him so damn. That's why he threw the ball like that, because his homeboy is crowding him, right? And so, he kicked him in the nuts, but it wasn't on
He racked
purpose.
his shit.
Yeah, he didn't kick him in the nuts. It's like, fuck this motherfucker, I'm gonna kick him in the nuts. He passed the ball.
He might
and
have been better off doing that.
Yeah, he probably would have.
For
It
real.
would, like to meet it. So but he
Yeah, so at
passed
least
the
it's
ball,
worth it.
and
Yeah.
it was just like body mechanics make your foot go this way, and when he did do that, he kicked him in the nuts. So if you want to give him a foul, like, hey bro, like I know what you were trying to do, foul. You can't do that, or you did do that. But to kick him out of the game, and then coach needed to get kicked out too. I think coach always yells so like he's fake. That was the time that when he reacted, I was like, finally, that shit right there is real.
Yeah, no shit.
And
it was a real reaction.
and he like if I'm a coach, I'm getting ejected too. Like there's
Yeah.
no way I'm keeping that shit together.
So Tanner, just to give you a back story, some information. Like ever since I was, I don't know, elementary, man, like 3rd, 4th grade, Tech had a huge, like they've shortened it, but the grass section where the Tech logo, where the
Yep.
grass is, it was bigger. It was probably
Really?
like the whole end zone.
Yeah, it was the whole entire
And
thing.
those tickets when I was a kid were like $5.
Damn.
So my dad bought me every home game
Yeah.
for a $5 ticket, and I lived walking distance from the stadium,
sick.
and I would just go walk to all the games.
There you go.
So if it was late enough, of course they'd pick me up, but Tech sucks, so we always played day games. So I'd walk home. But dude, I grew up diehard
Yeah.
Tech football. And then, coming of age, you become your own. You don't know who you want to cheer for, but it was always Tech.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, now, like, diehard Tech fan.
Right.
Diehard
When
Tech
you
fan.
live in a college town, I'm
Yeah.
sure it's hard. Like where I lived, it was like you pick anywhere really. Like
And
we
that-
didn't have a school in our town.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's crazy to me because, like most of California, they got colleges everywhere. And
Colleges everywhere, but
Yeah.
I lived in like the little. My hometown had 300 people.
But
Yeah.
I can't remember where we were at. I think, we went to Disney, and we were like, there's UC Cal Berkeley there.
UC Berkeley is in San Francisco, other way.
No, then it wasn't.
UCLA,
Because
USC.
it was kind of a ways from Anaheim, but not that far.
I don't know
Maybe
the
it was-
exact like
Maybe,
where
was
they
it Long
are.
Beach? Is Long Beach around there?
Long Beach, yeah.
Okay, so
Long Beach is
it
down
was
around
probably
LA.
Long Beach, man. And like I don't know anything other than tech, right? You know what I mean? So of course I lived in Boston, and I went to like MIT and Boston College because I worked for a moving company because I had to work because I was on an internship and I had to fucking work. And I worked for and I was like, man, this is like a block, like one square block in my neighborhood,
Yeah.
and this is the whole campus. And then when we passed, and they were like, it was I can't remember. Maybe it was Long Beach, maybe it was another college, but it was a real famous like baseball college in that Anaheim area.
Yeah,
And
Long
so-
Beach is really good at
Okay, so then we
baseball.
passed by, and I'm like, that's the fucking like. I'm so spoiled with tech that I think that it's like
Yeah.
every campus is so fucking massive, and it's not.
Yeah, no, I'll say like Tech's campus looks like its own town.
Yeah.
Where like a lot of the colleges that I looked at in California, it was like the campus is so like infused with the town that you can't even tell. In some parts. In some parts.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, I did an internship in Boston, so I had to fucking work, and they fucking did. We were moving out future millionaires all the time from MIT and fucking Harvard, and I tripped out, man, because those campuses were just fucking
Yeah.
itty bitty, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. The campuses in California, because they look like the town, they look really small because you can only pick out like, oh, well, that's obviously part of a college, but
Yeah.
nothing else here is. Fucking everything around it is. But you just can't tell because they kind of like blended in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. So you fucking graduated and just decided to stay here? That's
Yeah.
fucking badass, dude.
Yeah, I was started working for my dad and my uncle because they own a construction company here in town. They moved it from California.
Was it a construction company?
We do underground for AT&T. So
Okay.
we pull fiber wire and stuff in alleyways.
You do all the trenching?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Trenching, bore machine, shit like that.
Sweet ass, man.
It's pretty sick. And I was doing that to save up to move somewhere to go and use my degree for a job. Because there's not a whole lot of wildlife jobs. I got my degree in wildlife biology. Not a whole lot of those around here that I could find. And so I was going to try to move somewhere and save up and move somewhere to start doing that. But I started doing comedy like 4 months after I got my degree. Or no, I graduated August 2022. I started doing comedy in March 23.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just about on 2 years.
On that note, man, we'll fucking take a break. We'll come right back, guys.
This episode is brought to you by Tigre Burrito. If you haven't tried them out, then you're missing out. Their hours of operations are from Tuesday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. They specialize in breakfast burritos and lunch specials. If you like that pica pica, try that hot sauce and let them know that it's the JP Lopez Show sent you. They can be located at 720 Highway 62 in Wolford, Texas. It's the small yellow building with the Tigre tiger on it. Right.
And we're back. So, the break kind of fucking told me everything that I needed to know about you, bro.
This whole time, I've been...
Your comedy lifestyle is not what you really live, so we're
It's
good.
not.
You conservative motherfucker.
Okay, hold on. I will never let the word conservative be attached to me since high school.
No, I'm bullshitting. I'm just bullshitting. So, real quick, man, off the rip, is there a conspiracy theory that you 100% believe in?
Ooh, believe, I don't know, but love to think about is the, ever since I heard Cat Williams talk about it on Joe Rogan, just because of how he says it, aliens in the water. Because every time I think of him saying it, I do my impression of him, and it's like, there's aliens in the water, pimpin'.
Yeah. My favorite is Theo Vaughn when he's making fun of Cat Williams. He's like, you got 30 swim trunks, ain't never been in the water. So,
Did you see the podcast of them where he's talking about did you see I got a Cat Williams nutcracker? He's like, was that a collab or something? He's all,
He's like, no, it was with Drewski. He's like, yeah, I got a Cat Williams in my house. He's like, what?
no,
But yeah, the recent podcast, yeah. Did you like his energy in that podcast?
Cat Williams?
Yeah.
It was. I didn't watch the whole thing, but the clips I saw was kind of the same energy he had on Rogan's. I think that's just been Cat's
It's
energy.
just weird though. Like I thought that he was kind of sabotaging the episode until I got further into
didn't
it,
actually listen
and then
to the
I
whole
was
thing.
like, okay, no, it's just low energy.
He's
Yeah.
a brother in a white man's podcast.
Yes. Yeah.
I've also noticed that, like, because he was on Shannon Sharp's podcast and he had that same demeanor.
He was more.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
he was real. He was
yeah.
real kind of mellow with Shannon Sharp too, wasn't he?
No, not that mellow.
No,
No?
he explained in great detail everything. I think he just kept on feeding off of himself. Boom, boom, boom. And I don't even think it was that mellow. And it was good.
I don't think it was mellow either. I really
Yeah,
don't.
I didn't think so.
I didn't see the full thing, but
Like, he's
I know the
a
clips I
mellow
saw, he was-
person.
Yeah.
He rarely gets aggressive unless you get in his face, and then he'll
No,
be
yeah.
aggressive.
I tend
But-
to watch my podcast in bed.
Fair.
Oh,
So the wife is always like going to sleep when I have the podcast, and I always like, is that too loud? And she's like, no, that's perfect. So, cause I stay up late, and even her, like as she's trying to sleep, she was like, what the fuck are you watching? Because he was so low energy, like.
Really?
But then as the podcast progressed, I figured, okay, now it makes sense what you said. Like,
Could be,
I
yeah.
mean, he was a brother on the white man's podcast, like.
And then with Shannon, he got to be black.
I didn't see the full Shannon interview, but I just saw clips and I was like, okay, yeah, this is just how he
Yeah.
is off stage. You know, like he's just a laid back guy.
Honestly, if I was interviewing either one of y'all, even my boy Ish, if he was that low energy, I would have been like, all right, cut. What the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, what are we doing? Like, we're wasting time.
Get the fuck out of here with this water.
Yeah.
Get a
But-
beer, pussy.
No, I think
You get what I'm saying, though, right?
it's y'all ever heard of like code switching and shit?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
When you
code
act
switching.
different around whatever.
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
honest, bro. Like me, just because I grew up around on the east side around nothing but black people, bro. If you see me with black people, I'm way different, bro. I'm like Cat. I'm in my environment.
That's your home.
Yeah.
That's my home.
Yeah.
And then like around white people, I try to be, but it's like it's just there's little differences. I don't know how
Yeah.
you explain it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get
Even
that.
around Mexicans, because I didn't grow up around Mexicans, it's a little different.
I
But
get-
with that, I'm like at home, bro.
I kind of get the flip of that because like I grew up out in the country and like just out in Central California, like where I lived in the valley, there were white people and Mexicans. Like that was it. That's
Yeah.
what I grew up with. So like when you guys were saying like down in South Texas along the border, like you got to speak Spanish. Where I lived, yeah, like you got to speak Spanish. I worked in a deli for fucking 3 months. I couldn't tell you how much Spanish I learned in that time.
Yeah.
And-
That was McFarlane,
Yeah.
right? Have you seen
Oh,
that
yeah,
movie?
yeah, McFarlane,
like,
Texas,
The
yeah.
white people speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And but then like our town, we just for whatever reason not a lot of black people. But then I get to college and some of my best friends are black dudes, and I mean I wouldn't say I code switch, but like I get what he's saying. Like
Yeah.
you act different with like different groups you're hanging
Yeah,
out
yeah,
with.
yeah.
Like I don't know how to keep saying that without
And if
sounding racist.
Let's just say that
No, it's
like you had a whole entire group of friends, 6 or 7, that were all white, and then you invited your one black friend. Your one black friend will feel kind of awkward and weird
Maybe, yeah.
sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And you didn't even know that he was awkward or weird.
See, it's funny because like now my whole friend group is like they're all Mexican. Everyone's Hispanic.
Yeah.
Even like the one other white dude in our friend group, his girlfriend is Mexican. And so like you bring other white people into our friend group, that's when we're gonna we'll make you feel awkward.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we'll gang up on the other white dude and make him feel awkward.
So in the valley, in California,
Yeah.
right? I don't know how to ask this without, excuse me, sounding racist, but are there any hillbilly white people in
Oh fuck yeah!
Cali?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah?
Dude, my hometown had 300 people in 7 trailer parks. All right, there were more trailer parks than bloodlines.
Yeah.
That's no hill people for sure.
Sweet.
For sure.
And that makes me happy because the outside looking in, you always just think of Cali as everyone's rich over there. Well, not rich, but like
Yeah. Smart.
like white people in general. Like
I feel racist now that
doesn't-
he said white people and I said smart.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. No, but I get what you're saying. Like the white folks in general in Cali are way better off than the rest of the nation. That's just outside looking in, perception wise. That's what I'm
Maybe,
talking
yeah.
about.
I mean, the way I get it is like, as someone who like, because when I was living in California, like I was still living with my parents. I didn't have to pay a single bill. When
Yeah.
I move out here and I'm paying my own shit, I'm like, fuck, those dudes in California paying their own shit are rich as shit. You know, like so I get it. You know, it's not. I don't know if it's really like you're saying like the white people in California, but like I think it's kind of like I just look at everyone there like, how the fuck can you afford to live there?
So before you moved to Lubbock, Texas, what did you think the type of people were going to be here?
I honestly had no idea. I mean, the town itself, it's a lot like where I grew up, like very like small town, like Lubbock, I would say is a massive town, but it's low. It's spread out, you know? Like that's exactly how my town was. We didn't have big buildings or anything, but you drive for 20 miles and you're still in city limits.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, I didn't know it went all the way out here.
Yeah,
Type
yeah.
of thing.
I work at the hospital, so a lot of executives come from the West Coast, Washington, California,
Yeah.
and stuff. And then when they show up to Lubbock, Texas, they're like, "Oh, this is not what I thought Lubbock, Texas was going to be."
No, yeah. I think obviously you think of West Texas and you just think, you know, white country people, right? But I think like with it being a college town too, like I mean, even like with locals here, like it's just so diverse, dude.
It's diverse. Also, there's way more than what you thought was going to be here.
Yeah, like I met my first Indian at Tech. That was so cool. That was so cool.
Red dot or feather?
He was like, "No, I haven't read any feathers yet."
My family is the feather one, dude.
Have you seen those fucking Indian TikToks of like the street vendors, the food? Fuck, man!
I
Like,
see the ones with crazy editing where it's like a fucking tiger jumping into a helicopter and it blows up.
Well, I've seen the one with feet.
yeah, where they're cutting the chicken with their fucking feet, and I'm like,
That's
what the
talent.
fuck, man.
That's talent.
And I think to myself, I don't know if I would try that, even if I was
No,
fucking starving.
no,
I don't know if I would
I'm
try
not
that.
trying that. Like I love street food or whatever. I'm not trying that shit.
Oh, you got to tell them about your Michoacan street food, your iguana.
Oh yeah. So we fly into Michoacan and we're not doing tourist stuff. We're doing you only go to here if you're from here, right?
Oh.
And so all right, so I'm in this small remote village.
Before you
town.
tell that story, tell them your rental car story.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you the entire like travel trip, like from point A to point B. So first of all we're trying to get to Michoacan. We're trying to get to this one little small town my father-in-law is from, and he wants to visit his mother. And there's a whole bunch of parrandas, crazy ass parties that is about to happen, right? And I was like, shit, I want to go. So all right, cool. We set up flights. Well, to fly from here to Michoacan was going to be $1,500. To fly from Dallas, it was going to be $1,000. This is each person. And then they're like, well, look up Juarez. And I was like, what the fuck you mean look up Juarez, right? $200 a person.
Yep.
Round trip. Dude, you can fly to Mexico City from Juarez for $175. And you park at the airport, it costs $25 for a week. So, and, you know, I have a pretty decent truck. The person that I'm talking to that's done the Juarez trip before to Monterrey and to Mexico City and to Cancun, he's like, I take my truck all the time. He has a better truck, like a 2 times better truck than I do. And I was like, you just leave it at the airport? He's like, yeah, I'll be fine. And like, nobody does anything to it. I was like, fuck, all right, cool. So, all right, we drive overnight to Juarez, catch an airplane, and it was Aeromexico, which is like their nicest airplane. And we fly to Mexico City. We have a little small layover, and then we go to Michoacan. And then from Michoacan, that airport, I rented a vehicle, right? So we can drive to the rancho, right? It's a 2-hour drive. And so I needed something big because there was 5 of us. Dude, they gave me some fucking little SUV 4-cylinder motherfucker, right? So
Flintstone car.
so I look at it and I was like, God damn, what a fucking downgrade from a V8 to a 4-cylinder, right? So I don't know this, but my father-in-law is like, hey, you're the one that's going to be driving. Like, he knows that I'm a badass driver, right? Well, there's different rules of driving in Mexico, especially on those highways. And I don't know if it's all the entire Mexico or it's just in Michoacan, but cars are coming directly straight at you, right? So there's a lane coming this way and a lane going that way. And then right through the center stripe is a car coming right at you, full speed, dude, beyond full speed. And it's common practice that if a car's coming at you, you go into the shoulder if you're going head onto it.
If there is a shoulder.
and then the car that's getting past moves into the shoulder, right? So you're driving on the shoulders, fucking car, boom, boom, boom. So after an hour, I figure out that this is how you pass, right? Like, you just go head on against cars, so they're going to move out of the way for you. And so, all right, cool.
Fuck yeah.
And I get behind an 18-wheeler, and I'm going to go around it. And, dude, I'm flooring it, dude. I cannot go anymore, right? and I'm passing it like regular passing, like, And I can see the cars behind me,
He's
doing
the butt scoot to make his car go faster.
and I'm flooring it. I'm flooring it, right?
window swimming.
And there's nothing but mountains, bro. So you're going uphill on these mountains. I can see the cars in my rearview mirror getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And babe, but I was like, get behind the 18-wheeler. And they're like, be fucking pendejo, pinche way. And I was like, God damn, dude, I was fucking punching it, right? Like, and so even my mother-in-law was like, písalo. And I was like, I am. I said, I can't pisa no more. Fucking shitty-ass fucking 4-cylinder. God damn it, dude. I can't pisa. So all right, we go to the little town. Well, I've been telling them that I need to go to the beach. I need to go to the beach. So it's another 2-hour drive from that town to the beach, right? And so we're driving to the beach, and it's very beautiful, scenic. You're going over big-ass rivers. You're passing avocado plantations. You're passing coconut tree plantations. So all of like our coconuts and avocados come from that area, right? And you cannot see far enough to see the end of those trees of any kind, right? So we're driving and my father-in-law's brother gets a flat tire. Keep in mind, we're still on these same fucking highways, right? Like the fucking cars, brum, 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 brum. And I was like, oh, fuck me. So, all right, we had to change the tire, and I'm getting a little antsy because my wife's Theo, he's a little chubby, and he's had a shape, and he's all chaparrito and everything. He's breathing hard and he's fucking sweating, and he can't fucking take this tire off. Getting antsy. He finally takes the tire off, and fucking cars are like, you can feel the cars shake, right? Yeah. And so he finally takes the tire off, and he's struggling to put on the spare, and I was just like, fucking grab it. I was like, fucking let's go, bro. And I get out the tire, and I throw it in his trunk. Let's say, Vamonos. And he's like, he's fucking antsy, bro. Like I bet I put that tire on and threw the whole motherfucker in like in 2 minutes. Like you're fucking driving me crazy. So anyways, all right, so we're going. That fucking spare was like half aired up. So we're still just driving the shoulder, right? So now we have to stop at a rest stop, which took us 50 minutes to get to, right? Like we're just driving. It's like, oh, it's a rest stop. We're gonna see if they fix tires here. So, all right, we pull over. So when we were driving, I told my father-in-law, so they eat iguana out here? He was like, yeah. He goes, if we find some, I'll get you some. And I was like, hell yes. God, so we get to that makeshift rest stop on the side of the road, and the very first thing that I walk out, like, here's my vehicle, and right over here where this refrigerator is at, a table, and they're selling Cuamas, the big ass beers, Coronas and Modelo.
40 ounces.
Yeah. And they were like, he goes, ¿Quieres un cerveza? And I was like, yeah, of course I do. So I just get out of the freaking door and I get me a big ass beer, right? And I'm all drinking it, and it was like, hey, aquí venden iguana. And I was like, shit, well, I'm gonna go eat fucking iguana now, right? Dude, I got a soup. It was fucking 110 degrees with the 90% humidity. But the soup was delicious. The
With a
iguana
300-degree soup.
and freshly made corn tortillas. Like they had masa, they flatten them and then they toast them up, right? And so yeah, that's when I ate iguana in the middle of fucking nowhere in a coconut plantation.
He's in Mexico, right? And he's sending us pictures of all this shit, right? And it looks like a soup, like a regular caldo, like a soup. And then he's like, it's iguana. And I was like, you're gonna shit yourself. Like you're gonna shit yourself, man. Like, and it was good.
That was
right?
good. It was
What
fine.
did it taste like?
Like frog legs.
I ain't never.
What does that taste like?
You've never had frog legs? Oh
Yo,
man, y'all are missing
yo.
out, bro. Y'all are missing out. So it's because of this motherfucker.
You know what? Just in the show.
It's legit because of Eric. No bullshit. Because I mean, we were right out of tech, and all of a sudden, like, this dude was like barbecuing rabbit and frog's legs, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like legit. And then he fucking invites me to a barbecue. He's like, hey, I got this rabbit. They gave me this rabbit, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro? And he smoked it, and I'm like,
Rabbit's good.
I try it and it's fucking good. And then the next fucking barbecue's like, I got these frog's legs. Like, who the fuck is your fucking connect? And then all of a sudden we're trying frog's legs and I'm like, fuck, this shit is fucking delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I made deer birria for my mom's birthday on Saturday,
Oh, I bet that was good.
and
I can tell you it was good. I was drunk as fuck, but it was good.
yeah, no, it was good. Like I made all the food, but it's not like I'm all fucking just eating and shit. And I finally sat down and ate, and I got me a piece, and I took a bite, and I was like, God damn, this motherfucker is good. Like,
Who
I was
made
hoping,
this?
I was hoping that it was delicious, but when I finally took a bite out of it, I was like, God damn, this motherfucker is good.
Hell no, I ain't
Deer meat's so
adventurous.
good.
Yeah, deer meat,
Are
wild boar.
are you not an adventurous eater?
I mean, I'm not like a picky eater, but I don't know. I've
Yeah.
just never no one's ever offered me frog legs.
Like, I can't. I've said it several times on this podcast, but if people are eating it and it's like gorilla's asshole, and it's like, hey, it's a sauteed gorilla's asshole, and other people are eating it, I'll try it.
Yeah.
I'll fucking
As
try
long
it.
as you're not fucking with me.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. As long as
That's-
I know it's not a joke.
Yeah, that's
I'll
my
fucking
biggest
try
thing
it.
is like, if you're like fucking with me, like I don't want to be like a fucking
Yeah,
butt of a
yeah,
joke.
You're,
You know?
you're,
Like,
you're the joke over here. Like, eat
I'm
this
eating the
dumb
fucking
shit.
dick. Like, no.
Yeah.
A donkey's dick. He all grabs you like.
Well, even Eric, and I'll give him not dick, but I'll give Eric his flowers because it was because of him that I tried calf
Dick?
fries,
Oh.
Yeah.
like
calf
the bull
fries, yeah.
ball,
Yeah,
bull
but it
balls,
is- they're
Mountain
fucking-
oysters?
yeah.
Those
Yeah,
are good.
Rocky
Yeah.
Mountain oysters. They're delicious.
I grew
Yeah.
up. I grew up branding calves, so mountain oysters,
Yeah.
fucking
It's a
great
shit,
snack.
yeah.
Great
Fuck yeah.
midday
Yeah,
meal.
no, that would. And anytime I grab a menu, I look to see if I hadn't tried something,
There you
and then that's what I'm gonna order. And if that doesn't exist, and then I order something that I know is gonna be fucking delicious that I've eaten before, and I'll get it that. But if it's a wild game, like even today, so we got that new Brazilian steakhouse, right? Have you ever eaten at a Brazilian steakhouse before?
No, but
Neither
I've
one?
seen videos and shit.
So we have one here in town. I've only been told that it's fucking delicious, and that's the meat. You're eating the meat. But salad bars traditionally at Brazilian steakhouse have boiled quail eggs. Ooh. And I've asked everybody that told me they went to go eat there. I said they got quail eggs at the salad bar, and none of them have told me or confirmed that like yeah they got it. So I need to know. But if you ever see the boiled quail eggs, make sure you get a motherfucker.
Yeah, I fucked around and I took. So my stepson, he's like me, man. Like this motherfucker loves crab. He loves all the expensive fucking meats. And I fucked around and I took him to his first Brazilian steakhouse, Fogo de Chao, in San Antonio. And this asshole, he probably ate for like an hour straight. Like everyone at our table, me and my wife have our fucking sign on red. He's the only motherfucker on green. Like, dude, we're tapped out. Like I'm done, and I can put away food.
They come to you and slice up meat.
Like I could put away food, and I'm done. I'm stuffed. This motherfucker's still on green, and then goes to the salad bar, brings more shit, and then he's still on green.
Fuck yeah.
So we're in San Antonio, and I'm like, this is probably like maybe four hours after our meal, because we're in the hotel room. My wife's already passed out, and it's just me and him. And I was like, hey, we're across the street from a world-renowned, famous-ass panaderia, the Mi Tierra. I get it, their food might suck, but their pan dulce is the shit, right? Like, let's go get some dessert over there. In my mind, I'm thinking, let's go get some dessert over there. This asshole sits down. The lady comes to us. She's like, what would y'all have? This dude orders a whole meal. We're 4 hours removed from fucking a Brazilian steakhouse. I'm still stuffed.
Buffet. It's a buffet, bro. It's a buffet.
And this asshole's like, I'll take a chorizo and egg plate. And I'm like, plate? What the fuck? He eats rice and beans, whatever, and then he's like, hey, we're gonna get dessert. And I'm like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, but how old was it?
I hope my kid has an eating disorder.
How old? I mean, he was prime high school days. Like it was, yeah.
He's not even 21 yet.
Yeah, it was his
to this
prime
day.
high school days. Like he was just, I mean, yeah, he could, dude. He was.
You're old.
He could eat me out of a refrigerator, like legit. Yeah, and he did that, and I was like, you motherfucker. And now he's all getting mad because he don't weigh 200 pounds. And I was like, motherfucker, I smell cookies and I'm 300 pounds. Like fuck.
Hey man, you got cookies in your room.
So
You're making me gain weight.
but yeah, he's an adventurous eater. He's never pissed me off like a niece or a nephew would be like, motherfucker, eat that. Like try that. Nah, and that motherfucker, boom, to the dome. Yeah. Are you not an adventurous eater, bro?
Nah, hell no.
Chicken strips to the
Chicken strips.
Awesome burrito.
Them motherfuckers get me sick every time.
For sure.
That's crazy, dude. For real? Yeah. You most definitely need to try a Brazilian steakhouse, though. Legit.
Man, if I don't know what the fuck it is,
No,
I don't
it's
eat.
not.
No,
I mean,
it's real meat.
Yeah, I mean, like it's like
Beef and chicken and pork and stuff. They're filet. The best filet mignons I've ever eaten were at Brazilian steakhouse.
Yeah.
some of the best fruit.
Fruit, shit, man.
Yeah, they grill a pineapple.
The best
at most
quail eggs.
Brazilian steakhouse, and that grilled pineapple goes fucking hard, dude. And the grilled bananas, they go fucking hard, bro.
My wife, she's like that. She's real adventurous. Like she'll eat whatever, bro. But me, hell no. It's fucking chicken fried steak, chicken, chicken nuggets, dinosaur chicken nuggets.
So your wife has 8 kids, is what I'm hearing.
Pretty much.
So Tanner, when you moved to Texas, did your intake of red meat increase or no? Or were you eating red meat like a motherfucker?
No, I ate a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Pause. No, so back in California, we have a cutted steak that like we've never been able to find here. Apparently, it's just a California thing called tri-tip.
Oh, nah, you'll find that here.
Okay, we haven't been
Go
able
to
to find
Amigos.
it. Amigo? Okay.
Yeah.
We've never been able to find it good, I should say. But
But if
back
you
home,
wanted
that's
to
like
cook it yourself, go to Amigos.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to let my dad know.
Yeah,
he's always fucking.
Yeah, no,
looking
you
for
want to
the
find it
best
raw.
tri-tip.
That's where you go.
Yeah.
Because like
That's-
going to Walmart or Costco, wherever the fuck else
you need to go.
he
You
can't
need to
find
go
it here.
to La Super.
Okay.
or
I've told my dad
Amigos,
to go to
or
La Super
Amigos.
before.
Yeah.
I like La Super. They have really.
and amigos for sure.
Really-
They got raw tri-tip, and you fucking
Yeah.
smoke that shit, cook it. It's a badass motherfucking. Dude, that's badass because tri-tip is badass.
Tri-tip's really
is
fucking
real
good. I had to like tell my coworker today, like, because he's from Texas, born and raised, and I had to like explain to him what tri-tip was. He had no idea what it was, and this is a country boy, fucking
No, that's,
Well, you need to
grilled
come
in
to our
Mexican.
tailgates, bro, because this motherfucker cooks tri-tip all the time.
I need to.
Yeah, the tailgates. So y'all have to show up to the tailgates, and I'll have a few barbecues at my house.
Fuck yeah.
And I'll make sure JP gets y'all invited over there.
So it sucks, but it's great. It sucks because we get to fuck shit up and leave. But what I mean by that, it sucks because Eric it's his house and he's gotta stay till Sunday and clean that shit up. But his house is a party house. Like he's got the pool and everything,
Fuck
and
yeah.
then he's already fucking putting meat on the grill like a motherfucker. It's a great fucking time, and then it's like, all right, see y'all later, and then you don't occur to you that because we host parties too, and then at Sundays like, oh shit, but I'm sure Eric's Sundays are like motherfucker.
I'm gonna have more trash cans out there so my friends can help throw away the trash before they leave.
I'm gonna have to hit it up for real. I've probably
Everyone's-
only been to like 3 in my life, so.
Everyone's getting a stick and a trash bag to walk out with.
And like usually I'll make something normal most of the time, but sometimes if I get some wild game, some exotic game or something, I'll make it and then I'll have it out there. Y'all fucking eat it
But
if you want
it
to.
sucks because we all collectively as friends are like, what do we bring? And this asshole's like, nothing, I got it. And I'm like, motherfucker, it costs like $500 to host all of us every fucking weekend, and you're fucking doing it. Like, dude.
I went to Twisted Root, and you're talking about cooking up game, and you look on the sign, and they have like exotic meats. They have like a deer.
Yes.
Okay, exotic to some people. Then they have bison. Oh, that's cool. An ostrich. I worked on an ostrich ranch. That's cool. Fucking camel.
Camel.
This
They had a
motherfucker-
camel drawn
You're
out on the
speaking his
fucking
language.
I need some camel.
You're speaking his language.
They got you.
We were in Tulum for his wife's birthday on a birthday trip, and we met a couple from Canada, and this motherfucker said, did we get his phone number after all? I don't know, but anyways, we met him, we were talking to him, and this motherfucker brought up like he smokes bear.
Yeah.
And Eric instantly made best friends with him. Like, I've always wanted to cook bear. If you could send me bear, and he's like, yeah, I'll send it to you. Like,
That was true. Wasted. I can't remember my.
So basically, I go to your barbecue, I need to bring some chicken nuggets in my pocket.
If you want to see me with an upset face, bring chicken nuggets. I'll make you drumsticks, chicken drumsticks. You'll eat those, right?
I'll be like, yeah. Well, no. I'm about to make you not even invite me, bro.
nah,
I
bro.
don't
but
like,
you
I
know,
don't
you-
like chicken with the bone in it.
Oh,
For real?
I only do chicken nuggets, bro.
Don't lie. You know you love the bone. you be
Bro.
sucking on that
Well,
bitch.
I mean, depends on what you're talking about.
So you don't eat fried chicken?
you wouldn't eat this?
That was
I don't
good
like
as
it with
fuck.
the bone in it. I like it just
But
chill,
like fried chicken, you don't eat fried chicken? Damn.
I don't like anything with the bone.
No, I get it. I'm not
All right,
talking
I'll be-
shit.
Hey, what
Like,
about a brisket?
I'm a female. I'm like this. I'm like worse than a female, bro.
He said he
if
grew
I
up
could
with
tell
black-
what the animal is, I don't want to eat it.
He said he grew up with black people and he doesn't eat fried chicken. What the fuck are you talking about?
I did it. I did it. They would make me the chicken strips.
They're ready. They ain't even got no chicken nuggets except for
why.
their nuts.
Yeah.
That's why I tell my wife, if the fucking grid were to go out or whatever, and we got to survive on our own, I'd be the first one to die.
You're not going to eat the Vienna sausages or
You're
nothing.
gonna eat none of these motherfucking animals and shit. Like,
Man, dude, I'm gonna fucking eat a possum.
Eric's living longer than any of us.
Eric, I'll ask you this, bro, and I'll go around asking everybody. But what's your favorite struggle meal?
My favorite struggle meal is whatever leftover meat is in the refrigerator. I need an onion and I need a jalapeno. And then I'm gonna put some. I'm gonna saute the onions. I'm gonna put ramen noodles in there, and I'm gonna put some jalapenos. I'm gonna put that meat, and I'll mix it up, and then that's what I'm gonna eat.
For real?
Yeah.
Ish, what's your favorite struggle meal?
I don't know if it's a struggle, but I eat this shit every weekend.
For real?
For real. I eat ramen noodles, fucking hot Cheetos crunched up in that shit with some meat.
That sounds
Yeah.
like some county shit.
All my cousins told me that shit. All my cousins. They were like,
I've heard this before.
They don't even call them noodles; they call them soups.
That's what I eat, bro. I ain't even lying.
You watch Ishmael. He's all throwing his pack of noodles on the floor. Bah! To break them.
He's all crushing the Cheetos so he can make the cheese over the top.
Now that I got money, I've upgraded to the cups.
Dude, on a side note, funny story. We lived in an
Toilet wine,
apartment.
don't you, bitch?
We lived in an apartment at this time in our lives, right? And I couldn't tell you how many times we go to Sam's and buy like the case of the cup of noodles, right? And I work overnight and I'm waking up in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck fucking stinks? Like the fucking apartment stinks to high shit. And I wake up, she's like, Isaiah microwaved a cup of noodles without water. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
It was in elementary.
yeah.
His mother didn't teach him that water went into those noodles.
Dude, he made noodles every day. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he's not waiting for us to wake up. He made noodles.
She says he was in elementary.
But that day, he forgot to add water, and I swear our apartment stunk for like 6 months.
Oh, it's hard to get that fucking
you
stank.
can't get that
It
fucking
was like
stank
fucking
out of
burning
there.
popcorn too. What the fuck?
Styrofoam.
God
But Tanner,
damn.
what's your favorite struggle meal?
Fucking, I don't know why we all said ramen. Ramen, rice, and chicken. All mixed in. With fucking sriracha on top.
Oh,
I don't fuck with sriracha. I just don't. There's something. I can't. I don't like.
Oh, you can't put sriracha on everything, but you can
But
put it on
you
some
can
fucking
fucking
noodles.
try.
But like
try.
anything. I just
Yeah.
don't fuck
I love
with. I don't
sriracha.
fuck with sriracha.
I've tried sriracha on some things, and I'm like, fuck, this is motherfucking good. And then I put sriracha on something else, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
If I can use like ketchup, I'll use sriracha instead.
My favorite struggle meal period is a white bread and Vienna sausage. Like pull out like 4 or 5 of them motherfuckers and like wrap them up in that white bread and go to town with a little bit of hot sauce. Fuck yeah.
If I'm,
We're talking about prison food, dude.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, we're talking about struggle meal. Struggle. You ain't
Yeah,
got no fucking money.
I've done that before, and I'd
Sorry,
rather
I'm
have the
middle class.
ramen noodles.
Filet mignon.
Oh, the flank. Hey, if I'm really
You heard me, I grew up
struggling,
in California, right?
if I'm really struggling, I eat the round steak.
I'll eat the crust on the bread, fine.
Like I used to work. I've worked for 2 companies here in town, and my old company that I used to work for, 12-hour shifts. You're the only person working. And this was before Uber Eats or whatever. I looked in everyone's locker, and I seen a dude that had like 2 cans of fucking Vienna sausages. Dude, I went to fucking town with the white bread and Vienna sausage, and then that Monday he's like, "Who the fuck ate my sausage?"
I was hungry.
No, it's funny.
Yeah, dude.
I was hungry.
Yeah, I got no shame in my game. I'll fuck up some Vienna sausage and white bread like a motherfucker, bro.
See, I won't eat Vienna sausages ever again.
Nah.
Because when we were homeless, that's what we would eat all the time. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
done with that.
I just think they're icky.
There's a guy that y'all need to watch on TikTok, and I want to say his whole account name is like Peterbilt, like just Peterbilt, but he's a truck driver, and his whole TikToks are what he eats for lunch every day.
The dude that eats the head of lettuce.
No.
Okay.
Like he eats like hog head cheese. He'll eat like Vienna sausage, but like he eats the most nastiest shit. But I love him because like he's a truck driver. That's just his shit. Like that's what he fucking eats.
Yeah.
And then he'll eat like those pickled garlics or whatever. And he's like, "What's
Those are
up,
good.
TikTok?" And then he'll put his like the Kool-Aid mix in his bottled water, like the little packets. And he's like, "Well, today's a strawberry, whatever, Kool-Aid." And then he'll fucking open up a Vienna sausage, and I could watch him all fucking day. Like, legit.
He's
For
over there
real.
pounding on his chest. What's up, TikTok?
Yeah. I don't really know what his cholesterol level is, but yeah.
He's all driving the fucking passing out and shit. Like,
Yeah, legit, man. I like that dude because he reminds me of like the old school days on like when mom and dad are at work and you gotta fend for yourself. You're like, what the fuck are we gonna eat? Well, fucking Vienna sausage are in the fucking cupboard. Let's go to fucking town with them motherfuckers.
must be nice
Yeah.
to have a dad.
JP's like, yeah,
He brings it up all the time.
My dad used to,
I have a fucking. Oh, I want to let it rip. Fuck. You did grow up with black friends.
No, sure. Hey, this ain't even a joke. This ain't even a joke, bro. Almost nobody had a dad because, whatever, right? Stereotype.
Yeah.
But there was one kid named Ronald that had a dad, and his dad, loved to fuck at him. They would dress the same and everything. We'd all be like, man, fucking Ronald gay, bro. Fucking dad loves him and shit. Gay ass.
You love another man?
Then
That's gay.
we go home and cry. I wish I was gay like Ronald.
So let me ask you, Ish. Ishmael, man, I love you to death, bro. I want to take this time to always give you your flowers every fucking show, man. Without you, for real, this episode wouldn't happen. Legit. I always say, like, you always give me props on, like, hey, your show's doing badass, but without you, this episode wouldn't even fucking happen. So I want to ask you first, man. Like, legit, if you ever, let's just say time traveling is real, and I can tell you, hey, get in here, time traveling is real, where the fuck would you go? Like, legit.
Oh,
What would you do?
damn. Forward or backward?
Either way.
Either way. You can go either way.
We know you like to switch it up.
Ooh, you want me to get deep?
No, for real, man.
Yeah.
Like,
All right.
deep is good.
Let's see. If I could go back and not stay there, but just go back, I would go back to when I was a kid and I was homeless. And we would park outside in our car, right? That's where we slept, in our car. And half the night, my mom would stay up and watch us, and then she'd go to sleep and I'd stay up. And so sometimes on a beautiful night when you can see all the stars and shit, I would actually get out of the car and go, we would always park at a park. I go lay in the jungle gym shit and just stare up at the sky. And to this day, that's the most peaceful fucking memory I ever have.
wow.
And so I would go back to that moment.
Yeah.
But
You know,
That's
it's
deep.
funny that you say that, legit, because I've always told my wife. So I grew up in an era where your uncles, my mom's brothers, like, they taught me life. They were my dads. My dad was like, hey, you fucking ride this path. You know what I mean? Like, you go this path and don't veer from it. And my uncles were always like, you can have fun over here. Come over here. Come to this, veer to this path and that type of shit, right?
Yeah.
So from an early age, my uncles were like taking me out to go get drunk. So we would drive down dirt roads, cause they lived in shallow water, and we would. In my mind, it was the boonies. It was probably a 10-minute drive, but in my mind, it was way out in the fucking in the sticks. And bro, and I always told my wife, I was like, sometimes I legit want to take you out to where we would go drinking, just because the stars are bright. Like, the sky is so bright. You can look dark as shit in the country road, and you can look to your left and just see like it was light, like this light, because the stars are so bright.
Yep.
And you don't see that kind of star anywhere else in this fucking town.
hell no.
That's crazy that you say that, though, for real.
And then it was quiet. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
It was
the parks
peaceful.
were out there.
Yeah.
So that's perfect.
Damn, dude. Yeah, badass. Tanner, where would you go if you had a time machine?
Fuck, I don't even know. To be honest, I feel like where I'm at right now is I don't want to be give a fucking cop out answer, but I'm really happy where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
You know, maybe go back and do it again, type of thing.
I can see you going back into the future and playing with Chuck Berry and being on the stage with the electric guitar and sliding down the fucking stage.
Okay, I want to change my answer.
And Johnny be mad.
I want to see if those Diddy parties are what they're cracked up to be.
I just want to be a mosquito on the wall.
You know, I don't really want to participate.
I just want to be a blind mosquito. I don't want to see that shit. I just want to hear what's going on. I can't be liable if I hear.
Eric, if you had
After
a
that
time
deep
machine,
answer,
where the
you know.
fuck would you go?
So the only thing that comes into mind about going back into the future, which is an oxymoron, by the way, right?
Right.
Is if I can go back to maybe the 10th or 11th grade with my own brain that I have today, god damn, how much more like life would have been not being stupid.
I'm just as stupid.
I know.
I might have fucked up worse.
I got CTE now.
That's why I said I wouldn't change a thing.
I tell people all the time that I quit being stupid when I was 26. So next year,
Fuck, dude.
Hey, that's true shit though. I was 25.
Hey, that means my comedy career is fucking done. I need to do more drugs, dude. I gotta stay stupid.
the psychedelics,
Dude.
I would legit go back to when my grandparents were fully capable, like fully in love.
Okay. Yeah.
And to me, that's probably like elementary, early junior high. And I would legit question my grandpa on everything. I love to speak to old men now in my life because they've been through it and they know what's up. They know the ways, whatever. And I wish I could have done that to my grandpa. So I would go back and ask my grandpa all the questions that I, like what was your youth like? What was coming up like? What was the military like? What was like all the shit? Because when my grandpa passed, I found out all kinds of shit about my grandpa, and I'm like, I even found out there was like times where early in life where my grandpa did shit that I would never imagine because he was a deacon of a Catholic church. But I never knew that until he passed. I never knew that my grandpa like drank beer and like loved to party and so to fucking know that now after he's passed, to go back and be like, hey, what were your partying days like, grandpa? You know what I mean? And I would have, for real, to go back and just question my grandpa about his fucking life.
Yeah.
I would have done that. I would do that.
dude. One time I talked to an old man. Like he was a patient at the hospital that I worked at the time, and I would go pick him up, and I don't know shit for I worked at the hospital, but I don't know the floors. I don't even know what kind of treatments they're doing. Right, I'm just some fucking kid in college, right? Some fucking dumbass, and I would pick up this little old man, and he had this little old lady, and I would take him out, and he began telling me his story of being in World War II, right? And I'm just like, nah, it's whatever. And like he told me a story, but every single week I would dismiss him because he had cancer, right? And I didn't know he had cancer until probably like the last couple of times I took him down. But anyways, he started telling me like I was stationed in England, and he would tell me what happened while he was stationed there. And then they took us across the canal into Belgium. And he'd tell me blah, 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 whatever. And then he was like, he was in the Battle of the Bulge. I don't know if you know what that is, but have you ever watched Band of Brothers?
Nah.
All right, so watch Band of Brothers, and you're not going to be disappointed.
Bro, you won't be
It's one of the greatest.
It's on HBO
I have
Max.
heard of it.
Yes, watch it. So whatever he said about Band of Brothers was his exact same journey. And I was like, I've kind of heard this story before, right? Because I had watched Band of Brothers. I'm a history minor, so I know a lot about World War II, right? So this guy is telling me that he's in the Battle of the Bulge and it's fucking cold as fuck. And I was like, that's when I started paying attention. I was like, oh shit, this motherfucker. And then he made it all the way until he liberated Germany, right? And I was like, what the fuck? And so, all right, I go pick him up the next time. I said, what happened after y'all liberated Germany? It was like, well, we stuck around for a little bit, and we made sure that there was law and order, and blah, blah, blah. And I go, did you ever go to Sweden? No, Switzerland. And he stops talking, and he turns around and he looks at me. He goes, how far is she? And he's talking about his wife, the little old lady that's fucking just. I go, she's about 30 feet behind us. He goes, don't you dare tell her this. He goes, when I went to Switzerland, it was the greatest time I've ever had in my entire life. He goes, it was 2 weeks of having any woman that you wanted in that entire country. That's why I asked the question, because I knew the soldiers went to Switzerland for their R&R, right? And usually before they would come back to the United States, and those women would just throw themselves. And Swedish chicks, still to this day, are like tall, thin, beautiful blonde chicks. And so these American soldiers would show up, and they'd be like, "Oh, come here, come here, come here, come here." And he swear to God, he was like, "How far was she? How far is she?" And like a fucking spark just lit up in his eye, right?
You gave him the only good flashbacks that a veteran has ever had.
I'm probably the only person that was asking the right questions, right? And I just happen to know a lot about history that he lived in. And I'm meeting a person that actually lived it, and I was like, holy shit. And it made me feel good that he got to actually do that Switzerland.
And that's what makes me so mad, like legit angry, because we come on here, and this is my best friend, and we come on here and we act a damn fool every episode. But you would never know how deep and how knowledgeable this asshole is, because we fuck around so much. Like if my podcast was strictly history, it would blow your fucking mind on this asshole, on his knowledge on this shit. But not only that, you go to his house and he'll show you fucking actual artifacts like that he collects from like World War II history. And like people think, oh yeah, Eric's a big fucking strong guy, he's a fucking personal trainer. But he's way more deeper than that. Yeah. And that's what pisses me off, because I have this outlet to like promote all my friends. You and your comedy, you bringing Tanner on. And like I can't for the life of me like elevate him for his knowledge on, and not only knowledge, but like he knows a bunch of shit.
And I just tell the fucking stories.
But to everybody's like, oh yeah, I love Eric, man. He's a dumbass, and I'm like, he's not. You get what I'm saying? He's not a dumbass, but
I actually asked my wife. I was like, there's certain people we know. I was like, do they think I'm dumb? She goes, I don't even tell you half of the stuff that they say. And I was like, I don't talk to certain people like in a more advanced, cordial setting, because I know that anything that I'm interested in that comes out of my mouth, they're not going to know about.
But so in today's society, legit, in today's society, since Eric don't know pop culture, he doesn't know shit. And I'm like, no. He doesn't know pop culture, but he knows fucking...
And I intentionally don't know pop culture because I don't want to.
Right.
Like, I know socialness, but I don't want... Like, people are like, oh, Harry Potter and whatever the shit that came out, all these fucking books and movies, and I was like, I didn't watch that fucking shit. Like, that fantasy bullshit, that didn't even cross my mind. But, like, Hacksaw, all the history movies that came out, I'm watching them. I remember one time I went to go see Inglourious Bastards, right?
Yeah.
Good movie. It was a really, really good movie. It's funny. It was dramatic. There's a lot of action happening. JP was like, dude, that was a fucking badass movie, wasn't it? I was like, yeah. And he was like...
They didn't tell the facts.
And I'm like, dude, that thing was so historically incorrect. Like, dude, a woman being in charge of this shit? Like, do you not know?
That bothered me too.
That was 1944. Like, there's no way that shit would have happened, right? And so I'm explaining. He was like, God damn, I thought it was a good act. I was like, it was a good movie. I said, but those weren't the facts that happened. Like, I took Nazi Germany history at Texas Tech, and only about 25% of that was historically accurate. The rest of it was just a Hollywood movie show, right? And he was like, God damn. Like, I thought it was, like, mostly true. I was like, no, it's not. It was a good movie, but, like, I'm disappointed that they switched a whole bunch of bullshit.
And you know what's so funny is like historical TikToks, like conspiracy historical TikToks. I find it in myself to like actually copy that link and send it to Eric and just wait on his response. And then he's like, yeah, that's full of shit. And I was like, I knew it. I fucking knew it.
I was like, no.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
So, yeah, man. But before we go, man, Tanner, thank you, man.
Thank you guys
Appreciate
for having me.
Thank
This
you,
was
man.
a lot of fun.
Thanks for coming.
I really hope that we can have you back on many more times, man.
Okay.
First of many. But before you leave, man, I want to ask you, like, is there any habit that you would want to, like, either build on or just forget?
I'm gonna say a stupid one. I want to stop biting my nails.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been biting my nails since I was like 8 years old. Like that's
God damn,
what
they
my
do
fingers
look
have-
all chewed up
Yeah,
and
my
shit.
fingers. Yeah, they're bad.
I
They're nasty.
think you should quit biting
No, I
them.
need to.
Is that a nervous tick or is it?
I think so. I've never really like
Yeah.
gotten a
Therapy.
like a thought. Yeah, I've
It's
never
crazy
gone to
that you say
therapy.
that. You know why? Because my dad, like I said, my dad was this path. You go this path, and it wasn't until I was an adult, an actual adult, like probably like 25, if that I realized, oh, he wasn't an asshole. Like he was legit showing me the path for success.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, bro, he hated white on my nails. And he would make me cut them with scissors.
Ugh.
Like legit fucking scissors. Because we didn't have nail clippers. And he's like, why do you have your nails so long? And to this fucking day, and you can ask my wife, I can't have white on my fucking nails because my dad would make me like clip them. So each time I get a haircut every 2 weeks. And that's right around the time where I start getting white on my nails. I have to cut my nails with a haircut.
Huh.
For real.
All right. There you go.
Good hygiene.
Yeah.
But like he didn't stand it. Like he could not stand. Hey, dude, why the fuck are your nails so long? And then a fucking legit pair of scissors to cut my fucking nails, and I'm like, I can't cut my nails with scissors. He's like, the fuck you can? And I was like fucking 7 years old cutting my nails with scissors. Yeah. And it worked. It like
Fucking there
he
you
wasn't
go.
lying. He like it worked. But now for the life of me, you'll never see white on my fucking nails ever. That's crazy that you say that. Legit.
Yeah, that's always been a bad habit. A good habit I want to like build on though. Advice for anyone like wanting to try comedy: write everything down. Even if you don't think it's funny, just fucking write it down. Like it might not be funny, but you never know what.
You
Like,
can do the trial and error after that.
yeah, you could look back at that whatever note you wrote 3 months ago, and oh, I got the perfect joke for that now.
It's so crazy.
I've done
man.
that so much.
And I hate to make the podcast always about me. I really do. And I listen to every podcast. Like when it airs, I'll listen to it at work. And I always hate that I like revert it back to me. For real. But you saying that, legit, dude. Oh, yeah. I resonate with that for real. Because I grew up with my boy Ramos, with my boy Lil Mike. We always had it in our head that we were somewhere in our life, so we're gonna make a movie. And I wrote every fucking funny idea down on my laptop. And so I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna in this scene, I would just write a scene, and I'd come home fucked up, partying with Eric. Fucked up, and I'd go home because something struck an idea, and I'd fucking go home and I'd be like, all right, cool. I'm gonna get picked up in a limo that's a piece of shit limo. Like just a horrible fucking limo, and act like I'm the shit. Like that type of shit. I wrote every fucking idea down, and of course it went nowhere, and the laptop got old. And I always say I wish if I had that old laptop ideas, because it had a fuck ton of fucking ideas. And it was like 3 or 4 a.m. ideas, like partying, getting fucked up. So let's just say like 90% of them were trash ideas, but at least 10 of them were at least a good scene in a movie. Like, I don't know. I did that shit all the time. I did. I really did. And all three of us did that. Like, we would toss around ideas and it never went nowhere. But if I still had that fucking laptop that had all those ideas.
Fucking LimeWire.
Yeah. Because, and when you like legit, like making a friendship with you and you're like, I would love to like do skits with you. It reminded me of like when I was writing ideas of fucking, and it wasn't skits, but it was like parts of a movie or whatever. Like, I don't know.
And we could do a short film.
Man, all of us want to do just funny shit, bro.
Yeah, no shit. It could be the second longest yard. Or the second dumbest yard.
Yeah.
Get Adam Sandler to play in the remake.
I got a fucked up mind sometimes, man. I shot a video and I had to erase it because my wife got mad. And I was just trying to do like a little TikTok video.
Yeah.
And I had my step kids there, right? And I was like, I know, special needs dad. They came home from school and I was like, and she was like, you better erase that shit.
You never go full retard.
I was like, that'd be funny. Special needs stepdad, bro.
But hold on.
Special needs.
Let's rewind it just a little bit. Like, let's rewind it. So Tanner, do you know Rafa?
Yeah.
Okay. So Rafa came on this podcast and he talked about a specific story where Disneyland or Disney World, my bad, Disney World was like a number one place to commit suicide.
Damn.
And apparently, like, I never researched it. I took him for his word, right?
It's a true story.
I never took him, like, but it was true, right? But then Ishmael starts laughing. But
That's what I'm saying.
but hold on. I am such a fuck up too that I'm like, I want to know why he's laughing. Like, I gotta know why he's laughing. And then he was like, I don't know, man. And I asked him, I was like, what the fuck, bro? What's so funny? Because I wanted to know. And he was like, I don't know, man. I just take it like to where the kids are in the teacups and motherfuckers just blows his brains out. and like we both laugh. And then my boy San Juan and Rafa are like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
He went straight to morbid.
Oh, no, that's the way my mom was. I just imagine little kids in a teacup and shit.
And I was like, and that's why we're friends. That's why we're such good friends already.
Grown ass dude over there like that shit. Fucking the ride ends and they're like, that was fun, mommy. And this guy's like,
Mocos.
instant trauma.
And that's how you know where our humor is at.
I don't even know how I can follow that.
I was trying to think of something.
I'm sorry, man. I'm fucked up, bro.
Eric, is there a habit you want to either build or fucking just let go of?
Oh shit, man. I'm sure there's a shit ton of habits that I need to let go. That would be an Alex question.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, not that I miss my calling, but I think I have a new calling, and I want to follow up on that. I want to do more stuff with, like, me doing it, like building stuff and more stuff with my hands. So for Christmas, Alex asked me, like, what do you want for Christmas? And I was like, power tools. And she was like, for real? And I was like, yeah. I said, there's a whole bunch of shit that I need to fucking build and blah, blah, blah. So I think that's what I have a goal to do, a new habit to do. And it goes through like we all think we're men, right? We're fucking manly as fuck. And then who builds shit? Do you build something?
That's all I do is maintenance.
You put up fences. Like, what are we doing, right? So I feel like if you truly want to be a man, you have to build stuff. You have to create stuff. Like, you have to do stuff with your hands.
I have Lego sets.
And so you can build Legos in a bigger, like, setting, and you can build a house. You can you can build stuff. So I feel like my next calling is to be more manlier.
Yeah.
And to me, building shit is manly, right?
There you go.
So I started, we got our new home, and there's a lot of maintenance to be done every single day. And so that's where I was like, God damn. And something like really the whole thing was I didn't know how to do certain things that needed to be done around the house, and I have to call some fucking dude to come over to go fucking do it for me. And I was like, God damn, I fucking feel less of a man because I had to call another man to come over here and fix this shit for me. And I was like, I better learn how to do all this fucking shit because I just don't want to be like, I feel like the wife, like, oh yeah, over there, can you do that?
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn it. So I tend to try to do a lot of stuff myself. If I really, really can't do it, then I'll call somebody. The very first person that I call is my older brother. And he's become our dad, me and my other brother, because our dad passed away, and then he was already frail and old, so we always had to depend on our older brother. And he's not my last resort, but I don't want to call him. But if I can't figure it out, he's the very first person that I'm gonna call.
He's your first resort.
Yeah, he's my first resort. Like, hey dude, can you help me on this?
And the motherfucker knows it. Yeah.
He most of the time he knows it. The only shit that he doesn't know is that when you have to become a commercial licensed person to do it. He's like, hey bro, I can't do that. Like, you have to be a licensed person. I can't even buy it if I wanted to replace it. And so when we get to that point, so I'm also then lucky that my father-in-law, he can either help me too, or his friends can help me. And so, but for the most part, I'll fucking do everything myself. If I do have to have someone show up, I'm right there. But when I'm trying to learn what they're doing, I remember we cut some trees down. I can cut some trees down, but these motherfuckers are this fucking high, and they're all fucking climbing to the very top. And when a fucking big ass branch comes down, I'll fucking zoom, 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 and I'll fucking just slice it up myself. So that's what I continually want to do, is just learn how to do more stuff for myself.
There you go.
That's awesome, man. For real. Shout out Domingo, bro. Shout out your brother Domingo, man. He's a very dear friend of the show, and he hasn't been on an episode, but like, shout out Domingo. For real. Yeah.
Maybe we can do me, Omar, and Domingo.
And that would be awesome. I would love that.
We can get it.
The only problem is Omar's schedule, but yeah, I would love that. But I want to be honest with y'all guys. This podcast has always been real. It's never been fake. It's always been true to heart. And the only one bad habit for me personally is waking up horny. And that's funny, right? That's funny. But I hate it. I hate it because my wife and I schedule, I just told you what I do for work. So I work nights, then I work days, and then I work middays, and then I work nights. So that's how my marriage works, bro. It gives us time to miss each other because we're never on the same schedule. But a lot of the time I'll wake up, and not a lot of the time, but like the times that I hate that I wake up horny, like what do? You masturbate first thing in the morning, right? Fucking masturbate first thing in the morning, and then my day is shit. My day is completely shit. I'm in bed all day. I'm on the couch all day. Because the highlight of my day happened at 8:02 a.m.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I fucking hate that because it makes me lazy for the rest of the fucking day. And it doesn't happen often, but it's a habit that it does happen enough that where I'm like, it ruins my day. But it's such a dopamine, it's such a fucking crack, it's such a fucking high that I just can't shake it, and I'm just gonna fucking do it, and then it ruins my fucking day, and then there I am all pissed off when she comes home from work. She's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I can't say, "Well, I fucked up my day," because I fucked up my day. I fucked up my day. But yeah, that's a habit that I wish I could work on and just fucking throw away. I really do, for real, legit.
I know about this guy.
Yeah. And like I said, this podcast of mine has always been real. I've never fucking.
I laughed, but that was real.
Yeah, I've never hid from. I've always put all my shit out there. So, anyways, man, that's my fucking habit that I want to work on, and I'm going to work on. But it's hard. It's fucking hard. And like I said, it doesn't ruin. Like, I'm not gonna say it's gonna ruin my life, but like 20% of my days, it happens. It does happen. Like, I don't even hit the gym until like 3 or 4, and Eric's already fucking gone. And I'm like, I could have fucking got this all out the way at 8 had I not done what I fucking did. But I was just lollygagging and fucking being tempted to the flesh, like waking up horny. Like, yeah. Anyways,
I don't know, dude. I love you, bro, but all this bragging, I'm just like, come on, bro. Fucking guy, bro. I had a dad. My dick works. Okay, bro. I wake up in the morning. I'm like, get the fuck up, bitch. You didn't fucking wake up. Fuck.
Nothing wakes up.
You don't wake up. And then this bitch wake up at 2 in the morning when my wife is asleep.
Fuck, I wish I had time to masturbate before work.
Hey, I don't know about the bragging.
my bad. I'm sorry. I'm a Shriners kid.
Just saying, bro. Just saying. I wish I had that problem.
I hope your disability check comes in the mail, bro.
You don't get a disability for dyslexia?
He's getting disability for his fucking dick. For ED.
Hey, that was the very first skate that he did for us. It was the ED one.
I already got my wheelchair coming and everything.
So, Tanner, I'll tell you this, man. I've always asked for shout outs, right? And for a lot of my guests, like, it's just been like on the podcast forever. And a lot of the times it's always like the same shout out. So I've switched it up, man. And I'll start with you. Do you have a final thought to end the podcast with?
I really want to thank you guys for having me. You know, I've heard a lot about your guys' podcast, and it's been a lot of fun. I whenever there's like the local podcast, I never try to listen to until after I've been, because I don't want to know what you're gonna ask. I want to go in not knowing what it's like. I had no idea what this was gonna be like, and that was a really cool experience, just doing a set in front of a camera like that.
Yeah.
Felt like I was filming TikToks. But it was a lot of fun, and
Hey, your dances are terrible, by the way.
I'm white middle class. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have to dance. But
He's privileged.
privileged without rhythm. No, but this was a lot of fun, and I joked a lot, or like I tried to joke a lot, but this was like really cool to be on like a more serious tone and like joking around too at the same time. It was a lot of fun.
Sweet, man. And not to shit on you. And I hope, and I say not to shit on you because I don't know what I'm about to say is disrespectful or not. But your comedy, and we just said it off air, but me and Eric were like so like into your comedy that we were just like, it was so hard for us to shut the fuck up and not add to the shit. And I get it. Like I said, I don't mean that as rude.
No,
but,
I joked with
but
you guys.
but when you were up there, when you introduced yourself and you came on and opened the show, there were several times me and Eric were just like, like covering our mouths because it was interactive.
Yeah.
It was great. It was
appreciate
great.
that.
Yeah, it was a great fucking couple minutes for real.
Yeah.
That was great.
Legit. Yeah,
No, I did like that.
it was badass.
There's been multiple shows where I've only had 3 people watching, and this was the best reaction I've gotten out of any of those.
Yeah, it was badass, man, for real. Ish, man, you got any fucking final thoughts?
Oh, man. Don't brag about your penis working. If you know
I will.
If you know your friend has problems. Nah, same as always. Just love each other, be nice, and that's it.
Badass, bro. Eric, you got any final thoughts?
Yeah, no, I'm going to add on to a little bit of what I'm trying to work on. The like, I feel like we're missing out on a lot of stuff. We're not doing what we were put on Earth to do. And I'm not talking about like, oh, we can always laugh. So you might be put on Earth to be a comedian, but you also might have been on Earth to dig fucking trenches too, right? And so just let's just try to be more hands-on, more manly, more. If you're a guy, you're a guy. Try to do more. Like, you can't just fucking sit on the couch and do jack shit. Like, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done, either at your house, for work, for whatever. Like, just keep on striving forward. That's the message that I've been thinking in my head, that I've been trying to think to preach to myself. And if I'm gonna preach to myself, I want to preach out to other people.
Yeah, that's
for
badass
that.
for real, legit. Because I'm kind of in the same boat, but I want to tell my people, man, like legit. If people fuck with you, then they fuck with you, and it goes with y'all guys with your comedy. Like, people that want to share your shit. People that heart your shit. That means the world to me. To see not a like, but a fucking heart on all my posts, whatever, that means the world to me. And I want to elevate all of y'all, because there's so much food in this world for all of us to eat, and people want to like hoard that and be like, no, only a certain amount, like show a certain amount of love to this and this and this. And that's what I really love Ish to be a part of this podcast, is because he brings a lot of new people, new faces, and new talent into this. And I want to have the avenue for all of y'all to come and like express all of this shit for y'all. Like, I'm all about sharing my platform to everybody. I don't want to hoard nothing from no one, man. Let's just say, like, Tanner, let's just say if you ever like just shotgunned up into like what you want to do, comedy, everything, right? I would take pride into saying like, man, I was one of the first people. I wouldn't be like, oh, fuck this guy. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't bring me up because I was the first guy to have him host him on my show.
Yeah.
I would be your biggest cheerleader, because I'd be like, man, I was one of the first shows to ever fucking showcase him. That type of shit. I've always been that person. And I really wish more people would do that. More people need to be cheerleaders because our opinions, no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Your opinion don't fucking matter. Really and truly. No one could give a fuck about your opinion.
Right.
So that being said, like, if I can use the platform to elevate anyone, I'm all for it. I'll be your biggest cheerleader. More people need to be cheerleaders is what I'm fucking saying. It's my final thought. And on that note, man, I want to fucking shout out my sponsors. If you watch the podcast on YouTube, I know Valentine's Day is around the corner, and I can't honestly say if your order will be ready or not. But if you're looking for any specific, like, specialty one-of-one creations, RL Creations, make it happen. With the hoodie, if you watch the podcast on YouTube, you'll see her art on my fucking hoodie. I love my wife, but not only that, but her art is good. And not only that, but whatever your idea, she can create that on a fucking hoodie, on a sweatshirt, on a fucking t-shirt. Holler at her, RL Creations. Shout out Patriot Painting Construction. No job is too big, too little for Patriot Painting Construction. And shout out Tigre Burrito. Tigre Burrito, if you don't fuck with them, I don't know what you're doing, man. But Tigre Burrito's the shit. Shout out Tigre Burrito. But until next time, guys,